It's the game that's been circled on the calendar by the players and fans alike. On campus, the students camped out the last 24 hours anticipating tip-off. And now a steady stream of purple has filed into GCU Arena for the Lopes' biggest game to date, playing host to the 14th ranked Louisville Cardinals. I'm Kate Longworth. Well, literally, this has been the talk of the town as two of the most recognizable college basketball coaches in Dan Majerle and Rick Pitino go head-to-head. As the Lopes finish their final year of transitioning into Division I basketball, this is the marquee matchup they have dreamed of. This is what the Havoc student section was made for. And now tonight, the Lopes will get the exposure and hope to show the country just what this program is all about. Now, you have to be hiding under a rock if you haven't.
You expect hard work. They obviously work hard all the time. They didn't get there for no reason. Great coaching. Always, you just got to. But at the end of the day, we just got to play. You know, it doesn't matter what they're doing. It's exciting to play, period, in college basketball. You don't want to ever take it for granted, and that's something that some of our teammates are learning. It's like some of the ones who got hurt, I guess you could say. It's just go out every single day and give it your all, regardless of what the name is on the front of your jersey. Like Duke, we played hard, and then we let them get on a run. And last year we let Louisville get on a run, and they ran away with it. We just got to stay on it this time.
The importance of this game not lost on the Lopes players. They are ready for this game. They've been prepping long hours here inside the court, ready for this matchup. And now it seems time to bring on the rest of our broadcast team to tell us exactly what's in store tonight. If you can hear me, guys, over the Havocs welcoming in the Cardinals right now. Welcome in Barry Battelle and Scott Williams. Guys, I know this is a game we've been waiting for. We've got our purple. We're ready to go. What are you expecting come tip-off?
Well, it'll be a fantastic atmosphere here for the student body. The Havocs are out in plus about 4,000 plus. So it's a great environment for college basketball to experience it here against the 14th ranked team in the nation.
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic environment. This place is going to be electric.
Monday night, the Lopes took it on the chin to Southern Illinois University Edwardsville. A tough shooting night all the way around, but boy, the Cougars came out and punched them right in the mouth.
They came out with a better effort than the Lopes. I think Coach Majerle was disappointed with his team's lackadaisical effort in the first half. They certainly picked it up in the second half, but got up to a slow start because they were sluggish. They were being outworked. Only 31% shooting for the game on the home floor. We've never seen numbers like that from a Lopes basketball club. They were quicker to lose balls, quicker to offensive rebounds. They just got outplayed. SIU Edwards came in here and earned that victory.
You know, it was tough with seeing Josh Braun on the bench. Played only 10 minutes in the game, and the news is not good. Josh Braun will have a knee scope this week and hopefully will return for conference play.
Yeah, they're really going to miss him. I asked Coach Todd Lee, well, how are you going to replace 14.5 points per game and the WAC preseason player of the year? And he said they got to do it by committee. Even players that they generally would be able to run plays for, Matt Jackson, Kenzo Noodle, they're out with injuries as well. Got to get it offensive boards, get it in transition, and do it by committee.
Well, one guy that's going to have to step up, he gets the start tonight, Keontae Vernon. Had the double-double on Monday night. Also had a double-double last year against San Diego State at 11 against Duke.
Yeah, he was absolutely fantastic. Doing a really good job running the floor, uses his wheels in transition, that trail spot. 16 points, 14 boards, number of offensive rebound and putbacks. I like this kid's energy. Every time he stepped on the floor this year, he's played without getting the silly foul, except for the one time to start the season at Duke. You're going to need him on the floor for extended minutes tonight.
16 points, 14 rebounds for Keontae Vernon. Another guy that's going to have to, once again, log huge minutes. Dwayne Russell, Zero the Hero. He has 5.8 assists per game, over 24 points per game.
Yeah, Russell's got to be quick to get off the launch pad tonight. He's been scoring the basketball tremendously. 26 points against SIUE, but only 1 assist. Tonight he's going to have to get others involved. He was averaging 7.3 assists prior to the SIUE game, so it's going to be hard to find opportunities to strive in that lane against the bigs. You're going to have to penetrate in there and pitch to shooters, and guys are going to have to make shots.
Well, they're definitely going to have to make shots against a 6-1 team that comes in. The Louisville Cardinals coming off a big victory against Purdue. Rick Pitino's squad is on a roll, and they shut teams down defensively. They are led by sophomore guard Donovan Mitchell, one of many, but this guy knows how to steal the basketball.
He is a thief in a pair of basketball shorts. This kid is absolutely tremendous. #1 in the ACC, 2.7 steals a night, 11th in the nation. I mean, this Louisville Cardinal team, I mean, what a fantastic opportunity for these GCU Lopes players to experience just a storied franchise. 21 Sweet 16 since 1975, 3 national championships, a Hall of Fame coach. I'm ready to go, Barry.
He already talked about this crowd to Coach Marley last year after their game at Louisville. He knows exactly what he's coming in here with the Havocs and the crowd. You hear it already. So it'll be an interesting game just based on the crowd here.
Yeah, the band's going, the Havocs are going. Can't wait.
Frenetic defense, the press. The Lopes are going to be confronted with some things in regards to defense that perhaps they haven't seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, they won one of the best matchup zone defenses, held Purdue Boilermakers to 19 points on 25% shooting in the first half of their last ball game. Got to take care of the basketball. You don't get shots, you don't have opportunities to score. And if you turn the ball over against this Cardinals team, they take it in transition and leads to easy opportunities on the other end. So got to take care of that basketball first and foremost, and they will, after made free throws and made field goals, look for a full court zone defense.
All right, as Keontae mentioned, bring him on. We'll see as we count down to tip-off here. Kate, we'll send it back over to you.
Well, guys, as you know, this is the first time the Lopes are hosting an AP Top 25 ranked team. Obviously, the end goal, the W on the scoreboard after this is all said and done. However, Scott, from a player perspective, are there other tangibles you can walk away with when it's such a marquee matchup?
Well, I expect what we've seen from these Lopes teams for the last 2.5 years, Kate, is what Coach Marley has been building here is a team that competes, start to finish for 48 minutes. I don't think you're going to worry about the injuries, the fact that they have superior talent. I think he wants his team to go out there and compete for 40 minutes and just let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't love the story of an underdog, especially when they prevail? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, we're just getting things started here on the Lopes pregame show. After the break, we'll be right back, and they may be bruised, they may be a little banged up, but that will not stop the Lopes from giving it their all tonight. Dan Marley chalks up the game plan right after this as he sits down with our very own Barry Patel. Stay with us.
GCU's College of Science, Engineering, and Technology offers a premier STEM education with relevant curricula designed to lead you to a career in the competitive fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. GCU is investing in the future of our STEM programs with multiple state-of-the-art facilities, providing students with access to cutting-edge technology. Our STEM education is motivated by a Christian worldview, which cultivates ethical decision-making. The College of Science, Engineering, and Technology fosters traits in adaptability, collaboration, creativity, as well as ethical and social awareness, which makes our graduates from our STEM programs more competitive. Through robust collaboration and partnership with industries that require a STEM-prepared workforce, our faculty concentrates exclusively on student success within a deeply nurturing Christian setting. Find out more at gcu.edu/CSET.
Be sure to get your GCU men's basketball tickets now. Season and single game tickets are on sale. San Diego State in town next Wednesday, December 7th, along with great WAC conference matchups against Utah Valley, New Mexico State, Seattle University, and CSU Bakersfield. Reserve your tickets now by contacting the GCU box office at 602-639-8979 or by going to lopestickets.com. We continue with the Lopes pregame show from GCU Arena, where this place will be packed to the rafters as the Lopes get set to tangle against the 14th ranked Cardinals from Louisville. We're joined by the head coach, Dan Marley, as this arena hasn't seen a matchup or a team come into this building
the likes of the Louisville Cardinals team coming in 14th ranked.
Yeah, best team by far that's played here. We've had some good teams, but Louisville's really good. Has been for a long time. Coach Pitino does a terrific job with them year in and year out. So it'll be exciting here tonight. Like you said, it'll be packed. We're usually packed, but there'll be an energy in here that we haven't seen the likes of.
Well, you'd love to go toe-to-toe with somebody with, well, I guess with all your players, a full arsenal, at least to go.
Or some of them.
At least some of them. And I know the bench continues to get shorter and shorter. And, wow, the news about Josh Braun is really a tough blow.
Yeah, but, you know, it wasn't fair to Josh or any of our players. I mean, for him to be out there at 50%, just kind of jogging around, and he was really in a lot of pain. So we gave him a shot earlier, didn't take. He's going to have surgery on Tuesday, kind of a scope, and we'll see if we can get him back for the WAC season. We'll have to wait and see how that is. But guys are going to have to step up. I mean, I've never seen anything like this as far as injuries. You know, now we're going to have 4 guys out, 4 guys that were going to be major players in our team this year. So it gives opportunity for somebody else to step up. I've talked about our freshmen have to grow up real quick. Shaq's going to have to find a way to get his game going. Darren Clark, all those guys. So just opportunities for other people.
Well, let's talk about one of those guys perhaps stepping up. Keontae Vernon had the double-double, played really well against SIUE, had a double-double last year against San Diego State, at San Diego State in a big win there, had 11 points at Duke, and he seems to be kind of limiting his foul trouble too.
Well, Keontae's a really good player, and he's improved. He worked hard this summer. You know, and you're right, he's got to stay out of foul trouble. He's an athlete. He's very strong around the basket, does a great job rebounding the ball, got a lot of energy, so he's going to have to play well, not only tonight, but for the rest of the year, and he's going to have to really concentrate on, with his physicality, not getting into foul trouble, because as you mentioned, we don't have a whole lot of depth. So he'll be moved into the starting lineup tonight. He'll be the 4-man. Oscar will be the 2. We have Dwayne at the 1. Jared will move back to the 3 spot with Darren at the 5.
Jared, his last game, he just kept firing away, and unfortunately, just one of those nights. I'm sure you probably had a night or two, perhaps like that.
Not quite like that, but no. I had a couple close. But I love the kid. You know, I told him after the game, it takes a certain type of player to be able to just keep shooting the ball. I'm sure it was very uncomfortable for him, but they were all really good looks for him. They just didn't go down, and Jared's one of those players that brings so much to our team, not just offensively, but he's our smartest player. He's a very good defender, good rebounder, had 7 steals, but I give him a lot of credit. I mean, he just kept on firing, and that's what you got to do. And sometimes they go and sometimes they don't, and I expect him to come out tonight with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it's 7 of the 12 steals for you, so he was active at least in one aspect of the game, and a guy that I know you get upset when they don't take the shot. So you had to be pleased with the fact that when he did see an open look, he took it.
That's what I told the guys after the game. I said, at least Jared was out there taking shots, and that's all I ask. There's only 2 things going to happen. You either make it or miss it. And if you don't shoot it, you never know. And, you know, we can't pass up open shots, especially here tonight. I mean, if we get a good look, we got to let it go and have a lot of confidence.
Well, do you anticipate perhaps looking for that 3-point shot here tonight?
Whatever we can get. I mean, Louisville is an outstanding defensive team. I mean, he played the top programs in the country, the Baylors and the Wichita States and everybody, and they have a hard time scoring. And the key against Louisville is they're not a great offensive team. Now, they're very capable. If we're not able to score, especially in the first half, we have to do a good job defensively of limiting them one shot. They're a terrific offensive rebounding team, and we don't have much size, so we got to limit that, get rebounds, and hang around the game. And in the second half, they've allowed other teams to get back in the game.
Well, you've got a pretty tough stretch, not only this evening against Louisville, but you have San Diego State coming in here on Wednesday. You also travel down to Tucson, and University of Illinois Chicago is playing actually pretty well as well here in the next 4 days.
I mean, it doesn't matter who we play, where we play. We're going to have to struggle to win, and we're going to have to play well. And I've always talked about we always want to continue to get better. I was really disappointed in our effort in the first half against SIUE. I didn't think we played as hard as we needed to be. Second half, we came out, played a little bit harder, but we got behind, and you really can't rely on your offense. Defensively, we have to be better, get stops, and kind of hang around, and hopefully find somebody who can score. So our goal here for tonight is just come out and play extremely hard, leave nothing on the floor, play with no fear. 10, 15 years from now, when these guys are looking back at this game, it's, well, did I play hard? Did I go out there and do my best? And that's all I can really ask for. We know we're very limited right now with who we have and our players. but nobody cares. And this is an opportunity for our guys just to go out and play basketball, and that's all this is.
Well, you know the crowd will be behind you. The Havocs, they're always here, and I'm sure this place will be loud, and they'll be proud.
It's going to be, unbelievable. And what a great atmosphere for our guys to play. It's something they'll remember for a long time. I had a great privilege of playing in front of a crowd at Central Michigan that's a lot like this, and I still remember to this day. So that's a great atmosphere for our guys. And I told them, just enjoy it. They're here for you. They got your backs. Go out there and play really hard. And win or lose, we'll look in the mirror tomorrow. And if we played hard, that'll be all right.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, head coach Dan Majerle, our guest. Stay with us more. The Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena. He's the mastermind of the university and the architect and vision of the GCU sports program. President Brian Mueller is up next to talk about the importance of tonight's game against the Louisville Cardinals.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Majerle, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show as we set the stage for the tip-off and a marquee matchup between the Grand Canyon Lopes and number 14th ranked Louisville Cardinals. The Sea of Purple has stormed into the arena now. The Havocs, I'll tell you what, they are alive and ready for every game. But the excitement here, I didn't know you could get any bigger than it is for the past games, but it certainly is now. Tonight, you can tell something special is ready to happen. I'm Kate Longworth, and I'm joined now by GCU President Brian Mueller. Thank you so much for being here. Now, I've been excited just to work an atmosphere like this, but for you, I imagine today, walking into this arena, knowing what's ahead, this has been a pretty incredible day for you so far.
You know, I'm really happy for our players, our coaches, the entire athletic department, but I'm especially happy for our students and for our faculty and staff, for our alumni. This is a community event, and it's been a culmination of 8 years of really hard work by a lot of people. So tonight we're out here celebrating as a community.
Yeah, what's it mean for the program to go up against powerhouses like Louisville? We're going to see San Diego State in our next game. What is that like for, as you said, the community for this program?
Well, for a program that's in its 4th year of transition and is not even eligible for the tournament, it's a huge thing. And there's a lot of people to thank for that. Mr. Colangelo, obviously. Coach Majerle, obviously. They've done a fantastic job. And for us to be on this kind of a stage with this kind of a opponent this early in our progress is amazing.
Yeah, did you ever expect to see Rick Pitino on that opposing bench?
No, I really didn't, and you know, that a lot of thanks has to go to Mr. Colangelo for that. It was his contact and his ability, and we have to thank Louisville because they agreed to do this, even though there's a lot of risk for them. They agreed to do this to help us, and so we're very appreciative of that.
Yeah, and in talking with the players, your players, it sounds like the coaching staff from Louisville has already gone up to them today saying how they are excited about this matchup. So I know you guys have lofty goals for this program. What do you foresee happening for the Lopes, especially this final year of transition? We know it's only going to get bigger and better.
It's really, really exciting. You know, we've had a very unfortunate couple of weeks. We've got 4 players in our top 8 who are going to be out for the year, including the best player in the WAC, Josh Braun. So we've lost 4 of our top 8 players, which is tough this year. And so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. But all those guys are going to then be back next year. And so next year is the first year of eligibility. I think with them coming back, with a couple kids that have been signed, we have a real shot to be in the tournament the very first year out, which has been our goal all along.
Yeah, you never want to see players out, especially stars, but it does seem like that sitting out that year, man, it makes them even more hungry when they return. So it'll be exciting for next year for sure. But now, not to put you on the spot or anything, but a prediction for tonight?
You know, two things are going to happen that I can guarantee you. Number one, our kids will play really, really hard. There's no team in America that plays harder than a Coach Marley coach team, and so I guarantee you that's going to happen. And secondly, you will never be in an environment like this. Our students, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, they always bring it, but the sense of community tonight is overwhelming. It's whatever happens, it's going to be a great night.
I know, and I like to think tonight's kind of setting the stage for what lies ahead in the Valley as far as college basketball, because kids were camped out. There's been a lot of media coverage, radio stations here all week long talking about this, and so we're calling this maybe a little December madness, but then March Madness, the Final Four will be here in the Valley. What's that mean to you in the program, knowing that next year that's where your team could be?
Well, it's great for our program, it's great for basketball, it's great for college basketball, but it's just a sign of the great place that we're in to be in Phoenix, a destination city. Arizona's a destination state, and our ability to recruit kids from around the world to this city and this state it exists because of events like the Final Four.
Yeah.
And so it's a big stage, and it's going to be a big stage for the Valley.
Yeah, very true. And the stage is set for what's going to be an exciting matchup tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck tonight. Looking good in the purple.
Thanks.
As we have mentioned, it is a purple out here at GCU Arena, and you can hear the excitement behind us. This is about to happen. This is something the program has been ready for here at GCU as the Lopes prep to take on the Louisville Cardinals. We've mentioned they've been camping out. We weren't just using that as a figurative speech. That is right. These students are full force to get their loops up for tonight's game. We'll explain right after this.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show. All right, you multitaskers at home. That's right. I'm talking to you folks with your laptop out and your phones in your hand. Make sure you like us on social media and send us your tweets tonight on Twitter and Instagram by using the hashtag LopesRising. We'll have them on all night during our broadcast. You'll see your tweets floating right by, and that is hashtag LopesRising. Tonight is a big event, and we want you to be a part of it, so be sure to get into our broadcast. I'm Kate Longworth. We'll be talking about the excitement here inside the arena. That is evident, but it's been throughout the campus and the community that fans have been anticipating and having this game circled on their calendar. Now, the players on the court, they've been prepping for Louisville, and they are ready with a game plan. But it is not lost on them the support they have from their campus community.
The excitement around campus is crazy. You got people in tents already, and it started Thursday night. You know what I mean? So it's been crazy. And like Coach Marley said, this is the biggest game in GCU history, especially on GCU campus. It's crazy. The atmosphere is crazy, and I believe it's going to be a great game, regardless of the height difference or the name on the front of the jersey. Like we go out and play. You lace up your shoes like we do, so we ready to go out and get it.
You see the excitement's building big time. With it's like five or six tents already out tonight. Well, last night. That's 2 nights before the game, so there's going to be a bunch of people out there waiting for the game, waiting to get in line to get the good seats. But all over Twitter, all over everything, there's a lot of hype, a lot of support from around Arizona for us to do well against this team, because yeah, it's a top-ranked nationally, always nationally recognized good program. So everyone's giving us support. There's a lot of hype, and we're looking forward to it.
Havocville. It started early Thursday. A couple of tents pitched in front of the GCU Arena. By Friday, it was game on. Dubbed Camp Elliott after the first Havoc camper, the students arrived in waves. Coach Marley and the team delivered pizza for the big lunch party and dance party out there. Havoc leader Steve in the game kept up the enthusiasm despite overnight temperatures in the 30s. That's cold for us desert folk. All in the name of spirit, something the Havocs have more of than just about any student group across the nation. They know what the big schools and programs do across the nation, and here at GCU, they are trying to emulate just that. They are ready for tonight's game. It is a purple pregame party happening behind me, and oh yeah, it's been happening for the last 48 hours. We're counting you down to tip-off. Right after this, we take a trip around the NCAA and catch you up on all before our big game.
I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. I've gone through things that can't necessarily be taught, and so that paired with everything that GCU is doing for me, I feel like, you know, is setting me up for success. To have someone say, like, I want you, that's like a lot for someone like me. They're changing people's lives. By changing my life, now you change my little brothers and sisters because they saw that I went to college. It'll just be, you know, my greatest accomplishment, not just because it's a diploma, but because, you know, I did what no one really thought I could do. When they say, find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. They call it the Purple Pregame Party, and it just might be the biggest party you'll see in December for the Valley. That's right, the Havoc in action tonight, prepping as the GCU Lopes take on number 14 ranked Louisville Cardinals. This is your Lopes pregame show, and the party is here as we count you down to tip-off. This is the biggest game for the Lopes that they have hosted here at this arena. And if you're wondering if they were prepared, wonder no more. Just look behind me. They're ready to go. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us on the show. Well, we know we have a powerhouse in the house tonight with number 14 ranked Louisville on hand. However, there might be some shakeups when it comes to NCAA top rankings. Some big upsets tonight. Congratulations to my dad and his Bruins as they upset top-ranked Kentucky, 97-92 the final there. And Scott Williams, close your ears on this one. Number 3 North Carolina lost at number 13 Indiana on Monday. It's been a rough week for Scott. Number 6 Virginia going head-to-head with number 25 West Virginia, and hoping for a Lopes victory because my Arizona Wildcats couldn't pull that one off today. They fall to Gonzaga. That was number 16 falling to Gonzaga, 69-62. All righty, as you look at these top rankings, you can see just the big names in college basketball. West Virginia's there at 25. You got Florida Gators at 24. And oh yeah, number 14, Louisville Cardinals. You don't need to look at a chart for them. They are right behind us, about to take center court, waiting for tip-off against the Lopes. Now the Lopes know there's a big game on hand. They are prepared, ready to go. How will this all turn out? Well, only time will tell. Fortunately, you don't have to wait long. Tip-off with Barry Battelle and Scott Williams is coming up on the other side. See you there.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
We have to start establishing that this is our place. From here on out. Hey, this is what we played before. We're better safe than them. Let's go. Come on, go get him now. Let's go.
Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University and inside GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes face the 14th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. Good evening and welcome to GCU basketball. Alongside three-time NBA champion Scott Williams, I'm Barry Butel. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. Well, the Lopes enter their 4th season of Division I basketball while they face a team that is in their 103rd season of D1 basketball. Scott, this is David against Goliath, and poor David's got his arm tied behind his back.
Yeah, the Lopes are just banged up and riddled with injuries right now. Josh Braun is the latest to go down.
Keontae Vernon will be called upon into the starting lineup. Double-double on Monday night, had 11 at Duke earlier this year.
Yeah, this kid is really playing some basketball out of the gates. He's absolutely fantastic. Uses his wheels in transition. He's doing a great job on the glass.
Rick Pitino brings in a team that is 6-1 overall, coming off a victory against Purdue. And Rick Pitino, what can you say? 32 seasons as a head coach, 16 at Louisville, 751 victories, and championships at Kentucky and Louisville.
Yeah, he's an absolutely phenomenal coach, and he does it with the defense. Really gets these guys after defensively. This team is fantastic, creating steals. They get 11th in the nation in steals this year. Do a wonderful job of blocking shots and get on the offensive boards. They're just a juggernaut on the defensive end. Lopes are going to have to spread them around, move that basketball, and penetrate in pitches of hopefully shooters who can knock down open looks.
They're going to face a press, and they're going to face a shutdown defense here tonight against the 14th-ranked Cardinals. Time now to travel over to our public address announcer, Paul Denuser. We'll have our prayer and our national anthem before we tip things off.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GCU Arena and tonight's men's basketball matchup between the University of Louisville Cardinals and your Grand Canyon University and Lopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight, led by Dean of Students and Campus Pastor, Dr. Tim Griffin.
Let's pray together. Our God and Heavenly Father, thank you for tonight. Thank you for the many blessings that we enjoy from you. You are gracious and merciful. We thank you. God, thank you for these teams. Thank you for the universities that they represent. We pray that tonight you'll watch over each that will compete tonight on this court. Take care of the coaches and the referees and our fans as they enjoy tonight's game and as they return home tonight. We commit this evening to you for Jesus' sake. In his name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Tim Griffin. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the playing of the national anthem. The Thundering Herd Pep Band will be performing this evening under the direction of Paul Cook. This is Director Cook's 5th year leading the Thundering Herd. With 116 members strong and 17 different instruments each game, we have certainly heard and enjoyed the GCU Thundering Herd Pep Band. Grand Canyon University, give them a big round of applause. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First of all, for the Louisville Cardinals, at guard, a 6'2" junior, number 4, Quentin Snyder. At forward, a 6'9" junior, number 10, Jalen Johnson. At forward, a 6'10" senior, number 12, Mango Mathieu. At forward, a 6'7"
Louisville Cardinals come in with a record of 6-1 overall. They're coming off a big 71-64 victory Wednesday night. Here's the starting lineup for Rick Pitino. Quentin Snyder, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Johnson, Dang Adele, and Mango Mathieu.
Oh, holy moly, this Jalen Johnson, who we're going to be keeping our eyes on tonight. 6'9", 230-pound junior forward, built like a brick house. 9.9 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game. Barry, what most impresses me is he averages 4 offensive rebounds per game. That is unheard of.
Time to introduce you to Grand Canyon University. Here are tonight's Canyon State Credit Union starting lineup. Canyon State Credit Union committed to you. Dan Marley has Dwayne Russell, Jared Martin, Keontae Vernon, Darian Clark, and Oscar Freyer.
Yeah, let's take a look at Darian Clark tonight. 7.7 points per game, 7.5 rebounds. He shoots 51% from the floor. He's really going to have to use his wheels tonight. Take that ball hard to the basket. No moment is too big for DC. He's been there, done that when he was at USC. So look for him to have a big moment tonight throughout the course of, and throughout the course of this ball game.
Dan Marley in his 4th season as head coach of the Lopes, coming in with a record of 3-3. Wow, the Cardinals are 6-1. We welcome those tuned in Louisville, Kentucky on WAVE TV. Cardinals, 23 victories a year ago. And the Lopes are without the likes of Josh Braun, the preseason WAC Player of the Year. Time now for Scott's Keys to the Game, brought to you by your Valley Hyundai dealers. Shop buyhyundai.com today.
Yeah, Birdcage, you got to control these ball handlers for the Cardinals. If they get inside and start penetrating, they cause all kind of havoc. Obviously, high percentage shot layups and dunks. It opens up the perimeter game for their shooters, and it gives mismatches. The bigs will crash the glass for offensive rebounds and got tweezers. The Boilermakers against the Cardinals the other night, 19 points, 25% shooting in the first half because they splintered. You got to stay together tonight, run your sets, and play together and mission compete. All Dan Marley wants is to continue the tradition of competing in Lopes basketball. Don't scoreboard watch, play hard on every possession.
Associate head coach for the Lopes is Todd Lee. The assistants are Chris Cremolone and TJ Benson. Director of basketball operations is Luke Delariva. The assistant director of basketball operations is Duffy Bell. Crowd here at GCU Arena will remain on its feet until the Lopes hit their opening bucket. The officials you just saw are Darren George, Mike Schnurr, and Vladimir Voyard-Tadal. Mathieu to take the tip with Oscar Freyer.
Oh, the Havoc's in the pans, and the band and rocking and rolling tonight.
The assistants are Rick Pitino, Kenny Johnson, Mike Milano, and David Padgett. And we are underway. Freyer with the win. Back to Dwayne Russell.
Russell inside to Vernon. Vernon marked there by Majerle. To his right, Russell just inside the arc. Doesn't drop. Rebound collected by Majerle. Leads to his left for Quentin Snyder. Snyder from Louisville, Kentucky, coming in averaging 10.7 points per game. Snyder moves inside, backing in, turning, twisting. Johnson.
Nice job by Keontae Vernon down there, playing without using his hands, using his lower body. Wonderful job moving those feet, staying right in front, causes the travel.
Russell moves to his left, has Frayer back out front. Clark, ooh, almost picked off there by Mitchell. Look out, he leads the ACC rather in steals.
Yeah, that Mitchell, he is absolutely a thief. He's 11th in the nation, #1 in the ACC, averages 2.6 steals a night. Jumps right on that basketball. Playing those passing lanes, gets out the fires in between there. Jared Martin did all he could to try to come back up with it, but you can see just those quick hands. He was able to scrap that ball out of there. It was almost like a fumble on a football field. Squirted around a little bit and then came up with it.
Rick Pitino, you look at his overall mark, 74% winning percentage, 32 seasons, 16 at Louisville, 2 national championships, 1 at Kentucky, and 1 at Louisville.
Yeah, you can't say enough about Coach Pitino. Real class of the college coaching ranks. Done it all, Hall of Famer. And you know, he got his first victory when he was coaching Hawaii in 1976. I did not know that. I did not know he coached for Hawaii.
Not a bad place to coach. Snyder just inside the arc, connects. Louisville on the board.
Now that high pick and roll, that's one of their staples. Going to have to get out there and show. Didn't get a hand in the shooter's face.
Russell moved to his right. Jared Martin behind that three, pulled back down. Frayer, freshman from Oakland, California. Russell marked by Adele, looking to move, gets fouled.
Well, Russell had a bigger player on him, and he does the right thing. He wants to attack his feet, try to get him off balance, and I like the tricky ball handling. Unfortunately, Russell didn't continue his shooting motion. Officials are going to say he passed that basketball off, so it's baseline out of bounds.
Russell pulls back down. Ooh.
Russell looking to be ultra aggressive offensively early. We've seen this theme throughout the course of the early season for Russell. Gets behind that three-point line, just a little head and shoulder fake. Gets Johnson flying out at him and does the smart thing. He knows he's not getting it up over the long arm Johnson. He goes right into his torso. Gets the foul, now he's going to the line to shoot three.
Wade Russell comes in 73% free throw shooter. There's the first bucket. If the crowd elects to, they can take a seat. I don't know how many will.
I wouldn't be surprised if a good majority of them on their feet the entire half.
Game is tied at 2 early on, opening half here in Phoenix, Arizona. Snyder plays catch there with Johnson. Coming back out is Adele. Looked on by Frayer. Snyder moves inside. Majerle on Vernon. Turns left hand. Big move and in.
A wonderful execution of that play there. They run a couple perimeter players off a double down screen. Keontae Vernon had to show, and now he was able to get low post position, and nothing Vernon could do on that one.
Oh, knocked out of bounds by Majerle. But the Australian flavor here with both teams. Jared Martin from Australia, Majerle from Australia.
A good low post position there, and then that nice lefty hook.
Darian Clark swatted away there by Mitchell. He'd have no shot whatsoever.
They do a real good job protecting that basket. Well, I love the the attacking nature that time of Clark going inside. I don't care how many they get. Keep driving it in there.
35 deflections a game for Louisville. Russell drives right, pushes back out. Martin's going to try to drive into the paint, pushes back out. Frayer moves to his left. Big, long three off the mark underneath. Vernon.
Yeah, they're going to say that ball by Frayer did not hit the rim, even though Vernon got the rebound, so 30-second violation. I almost thought he hit the backside of the rim on the way past.
Bell bounce pass, Mitchell. Mitchell looked in, gave it to Snyder.
Oh, with a man-sized pick, but his feet weren't set. Offensive foul on first, another turnover. Now this is what they're going to do all night long. Mango coming out here trying to set that rear screen there on Russell, but they didn't have the timing down.
Vernon eyed by Mathiang. Moves to his right, leaves for Russell. Russell, top of the key, pushes back over to Vernon. Vernon trying to move on Snyder, moves inside, underhand, and in!
What a nice move by Keontae Vernon, a little dipsy-do move. Spun it off the glass with a little English.
Underneath, up high. Aaron pass to Mathiang. Mathiang from Johnson.
Yeah, the bigs trying to connect on there, a little alley-oop he wanted to throw a little too high and out of bounds. GCU now, the chance to take the lead.
Early turnovers are underneath. Clark driving. Pushed out by Mathiang.
Mathiang does a good job. They don't have their best shot blocker sitting this basketball game out, but Mathiang does a nice job coming over and swatting that one out of there.
Inbounds. Clark out to Russell. Snyder's behind him. He stops and pops. Too heavy on the shot. Pulled down by Mathiang. Adele. Mitchell. Inside to Johnson. Johnson pushes back out. Adele trying to drive into the paint. Mitchell. Ooh, a lot of movement there. Picked off by Frayer on the run. Gathers the handle. Driving to the hoop.
That's where the Lopes have to live, Barry. They got to get those steals and convert them to opportunities to score before this Louisville defense has a chance to set up. I love that one, the young freshman there, Oscar Frayer, goes down and rips that one out of there and hard to the hole. He has the opportunity now to go to the line for a couple free throws, but wonderful job swarming the post, hedging on drivers, and then getting back and getting that steal.
Frayer heavy on the free throw, comes in 5 for 5, his first miss in this matchup against the 14th ranked Cardinals. Spalding comes in, Ray Spalding. Trinity High School grad. Frayer connects on the back end.
That's a fearless freshman. Remember Never Nervous Purvis?
Yeah.
The Louisville Cardinals won the '86 championship. Oh, he just stepped back. Oh, the referees missed it. Coach Marley's going livid over there.
Blocked by Frayer.
That's what Oscar Frayer reminds me of in the early going. We're a month into the season, but Oscar Frayer is not afraid to go out there and compete.
Well, the Lopes have definitely started this game competing.
I love this one right here. Just closing out to the three-point corner shooter. Says, you shall not pass.
Let's send it over to Kate Longworth. Kate?
Well, thank you, guys. You'll recognize this man from our other broadcast. I am joined now by the GCU men's soccer coach, Shellis Hyman. Thanks so much for being here, Coach. And I just want to talk about your season. You guys had a winning record in conference play. How do you think everything played out?
I think it was fantastic. You know, we wanted to be eligible. A record that would get us into WAC tournament, even though we wouldn't qualify this year, and we did, so that we reached our goal for that.
Certainly, great, and you rode out that final year of transition, so exciting things to happen next year. But of course, the excitement from this year, that debut on the state-of-the-art stadium. We enjoyed doing broadcasts from there. What was it like for your players to step foot on that pitch?
It's an experience of a lifetime. I've been to a lot of different campuses, a lot of different stadiums, nothing compared to what we saw this year. And the opposing teams want to come back.
Yeah, you could feel the excitement, much like this arena over there, and it really made your players, I think, step up their play. Let's talk about Nicky Jackson, named Offensive Player of the Year for the WAC. What was fueling his success?
Nicky Jackson was fantastic this year. He scored 16 goals, as you said, Offensive Player of the WAC. And I tell you what, he's got a professional career ahead of him. And we are so happy to keep him around for his senior year.
Yeah, you guys battled some injuries, but you have Nicky Jackson back and the core back, so we wish you all the luck next year.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Coach Shellis Hyman. We saw a great year from the soccer team, and now he is impressed with the atmosphere we're seeing tonight for the basketball program, guys.
No doubt about it. Shellis Hyman, one of the most decorated college coaches in men's soccer in the nation. Lopes giving them a bit of a battle here. 5-4 early on at GCU Arena. Louisville with 3 turnovers and no points over the last 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Yeah, the Lopes kind of pulling a page out of the Cardinals book with some solid defense early in this first half.
See how long they can keep that up. Adele underneath, over the outstretched arm of Keontae Vernon.
Oh, that he would not be denied. He showed that shot out on the perimeter and just kept hard right to the front of the basket. Was able to flip that one over before Vernon could come over and try to provide some help side defense.
Russell wanting Clark to come over. Pushes over to Frayer. Bounce pass inside to Darian Clark. The transfer from USC. Turnaround up over the top of Mathiang, and he puts it in.
Oh, that's the way you do it right there. You let the cutters cut by and survey the defense and then go to work.
Long 3 attempt connects for Mitchell.
Mitchell knocking down the long ball. That penetration and pitch is something that the Cardinals love to do. You got to fire out on those shooters, run them off the shot, or get a hand in their face.
Mitchell 32% from the arc, up high, too much. Push back, Clark, open look just inside the arc. Heavy on the shot, big rebound out, picked off by Russell. Frayer. Again off the mark, pulled down by the Cardinals. Adele on the run, trying to move past Jared Martin. Push back short underneath, out of bounds. Possession, Lopes.
A lot of contact out here tonight. We're not seeing those ticky-tack calls. They're letting these guys play like men. Darren Clark right here. I love this one down on that block there. A strong right shoulder, left hand hook right over the top of the defense.
Into the game, Shaq Kari at 18 at 2.
Shaq Kari must be aggressive offensively.
Driving, it's Keontae Vernon. No doubt about it.
Oh, he looked like he parachuted down from the rafters on that one. Keontae Vernon, coast to coast.
Man, that was like the parting of the Red Sea. Wow, that's a long 3 by Mitchell. Pulled down by Jared Martin.
I got to say, this crowd is really giving this Lopes team an energetic boost tonight.
Up over the top, Clark. Top of the key, pushes back out to Jared Martin. Inside again to Clark. Pushes back out. McMahon into the game now for Louisville. Eyeing Russell. Russell's up over the top. He drops it in.
McMahon's a good little player, but he's not going to have the speed to stay with Russell on that perimeter. He's just faster than you think he is. I don't care how many times you watch him on tape. When you're standing in front of him, he gets by you before you can say it. Beat.
On a 4-0 run, Keontae Vernon. Wow, it was a parting of the Red Sea.
Yeah, he got that ball at half court, and he's been working on his ball handling and his little 15 to 17-foot jump shot. This time, he used all that off-season summer work and made it paid there. And Dwayne Russell, what can you say about this guy? He's just quicker than most people out there on the basketball floor. Nice job throwing the floater after he got by the defender.
11-9 to score. 13:39 to go, opening half. Keontae Vernon coming off a double-double in a losing effort against SIUE on Monday evening. Seems to kind of step up in big games. Had the double-double at San Diego State a year ago.
I wonder if Coach Pitino thought he'd be calling a timeout to try to stop a GCU run and to quiet the crowd and get his team back under control here in this first half.
Official at the scorer's table. That's the hold-up. The one official at the scorer's table. Don't see any adjustments on the clock. And the Cardinals on the move. Donovan Mitchell. 12.3 points per game leads the Cardinals. Mitchell leads for McMahon, Sarasota native. Recommended by one Dick Vitale. Off long range, just inside the arc, off of the mark, pushed out. Oh, Jared Martin reaching in.
Yeah, good inside position by Johnson that time, and the air ball always seems to favor the team on offense. This time it goes right over to Johnson, and Martin's right in his back.
McMahon swarmed by Clark and Russell. Somehow Mitchell able to come up with it. Whistle is called.
Oh, McMahon got that ball back. Russell thought he had himself a steal, and he was going the other way for an easy lay-in, but McMahon stayed with that play. Then Russell trying to get it back a third time, create the contact and the foul.
Get a little tighter. Whistle's starting to blow now after they let him play for a little while. Majerle. Kerwin Smith in the lineup. Oh my.
Yeah, low start and reach now. They're not playing with their feet. They did such a good job early on creating turnovers by sliding their sneakers, but now all of a sudden the hands are starting to come into play.
Martin takes a seat after two personal fouls in the game as Oscar Freyer. Inbound Adele. Majerle leaves for Johnson. Johnson to his left. Snyder a long three. Connects.
Oh, that was deep right there. That was close to downtown Phoenix when he let that fly. And he shot it like that's what his routine distance is. No fear at all. Playing 3 feet behind the line.
Freyer back out front. Russell.
You got Kerwin Smith that time. Trying to set a down screen for Russell. Offensive screen. That seems to be the call du jour early here in this first half. Got to get your feet set by those bigs before you try picking off players. You see Kerwin Smith, he swings it, then he goes and sets that flare screen, that down screen rather, and just never got his feet set.
Adele to his left. Mitchell down baseline, pushes back out. Adele, right hand. Big rebound, pulled down by Majerle.
They'll be very aggressive on the offensive end.
Backing in on Kerwin Smith. Off the board, big rebound again. Snyder goes up high off the glass. Another rebound underneath. Snyder, backhand, still there. Vernon battling after. Oh my. Vernon. It's a hot potato.
That's where Louisville Cardinal does their damage. They get steals and they get offensive rebounds. Can't stress that enough. You got to put a body on a body. Can't jump with these guys.
Johnson, his shot rings out. And the Lopes on the run. Jack Carr. Near side. Comes back out. Looks for Russell. 11:45 and counting. Snyder pushing Russell out. Now Russell inches his way back in just beyond the arc. Rebound Louisville up to Snyder. Turns it back on Russell at the arc. Pulled down by Carr.
This is where they got to play fast. Try to get something on the break. If not, get something in your secondary break.
Carr to his right, looks left. Russell looks inside, reaching in. Johnson.
Johnson wanted to get a steal. As a big man down that block. He did not want Kerwin Smith getting that good low post position.
Johnson, Jalen Johnson has two personal fouls. Timeout on the floor. 11:15 to go. Louisville on top by 1.
I'm Dewey, a student here at GCU studying communications. My dad graduated from GCU in 2009, and he is definitely bleeding purple. He loves GCU to the max. And me choosing to follow in his footsteps was the best idea I could have chosen. I absolutely love sports, playing them and watching them, and I could talk about them all day. GCU has made it possible for me to pursue my passion of becoming a sports broadcaster. The program they had here and the direction it could take me was exactly what I wanted and what I needed. Knowing that I could talk to a professor or a counselor about literally anything that has to do with my academia or even just my personal life was encouraging and exciting to know. The friends and the roommates that I've had in the last 3 years have made my quality of life 1,000 times better. I am a GCU Lope, and I will forever always be one.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Grand Canyon men's basketball is brought to you by your Valley Hyundai dealers. For a limited time, every day is Black Friday. Shop buyhyundai.com today. And by Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth. Live at GCU Arena, let's send it over to Kate.
Guys, you would say this is a game the Havocs are made of. The Havocs are the student section here at GCU. They have been on fire really the last 48 hours here on campus. They camped out and then filed into the game a couple hours before tip-off. They have choreographed cheers. They've been ready to go. And it's not just the local players taking notice of the energy in here. Today, when the two teams were having their shoot-around about an hour before tip-off, the Louisville coaches actually went up to the local players and commented on the atmosphere in here, saying they've heard a lot about the arena and they thought maybe there was some hype to it. Well, they said after they step foot in here and hear this crowd, they believe in the hype now.
Yeah, Kate, Rick Pitino talked to Coach Majerle after the game in Louisville last year, and he was talking about the atmosphere at GCU Arena. GCU outscoring the Cardinals 18-4 in the paint, and the Cardinals started 2 for 2, and they're 3 for 13 since. They lead by 1.
Havocs are getting a lot of national attention.
Ooh, looking back door. Snyder was there to push it out of bounds. Frayer over there to throw it in.
Always a tough place to inbound the basketball from that deep corner.
Finds Vernon, leaves for Carr. Nice move by Clark, allowing Carr to move in. It just didn't drop.
But I like that move by Shaq Carr. He got that high pick and got all the way to the rim. I like to see him try to finish that a little bit more aggressively at the rim rather than the buttery finger roll.
B.J. King in the game, up high underneath. Battling his way there is Spalding, pushed out of bounds, and it'll belong to GCU.
Yeah, I got the thing with Mathiang underneath there trying to get that offensive rebound, but he kind of lost the handle on it. It looked like it rolled off the lower part of his body and out of bounds.
Levitch comes in for Mitchell. Goshen, Kentucky native, just outside of Louisville.
Very rarely does Russell play on the 2 guard. And this is like I say, Shaq Carr's going to have to take care of that basketball.
Almost lost it. Levitch got a hand on it. Russell, 9 on the shot clock. Travel by Russell.
You know, he missed his first one, and he reluctantly didn't want to shoot that one to drive it in there. He made 3 out of 7 3-point field goals on Monday night against SIUE. Go ahead and fire that one. I like the aggressive nature to want to get in there, but he got a clean look. His big set a nice screen for him and freed him up. He had an opportunity to get that shot off.
B.J. King from Cleveland, Ohio. Ooh, Snyder very close. Snyder driving, pulls down. Underneath, Mathiang couldn't put it back.
Wow, that was a really high pick and roll, some 35 feet away from the basket, and still was able to get all the way to the rim. The GCU defenders are going to have to come off their men and plug that lane.
Russell stops, pops, and drains it.
Oh, Lee James. D. Russell is doing his thing tonight, everything that he possibly can. Keep GCU right in this game, 13-12 advantage.
Mango Mathiang lost his shoe, had to quickly put that right foot back in, get up the court. Snyder to his left. Vernon's there, drives baseline, turns, comes back out front, and drops it in.
My goodness, he's shifted his pivot feet down there. The officials didn't call that. I don't think that was just a spin move, more of a switching of the pivot feet. Either way, they're letting the play tonight. Oh, no.
Oh, Levitch again, picking it off from Shaq Carr.
That's a simple exchange. You can't have those. They play good enough defense. You don't want to give them anything too easy.
Inside, Spalding turns around, high up the glass, somehow rings out.
Great job by Keontae Vernon coming over and providing outside defense.
Russell on the run. Levitt trying to get in there. Matthew holds him up. It drops. Hoop and a harm for Dwayne Russell.
Well, he said, what do you know, Williams? I'm going to keep driving it in there. I got good things happening to me when I get inside the purple paint. Takes it. I love that one. Keontae Vernon came over just enough to surprise Mathiang down there, and then Russell just sees a little bit of an alley, goes right into the chest of the defender. That's the thing you got to do against a shot block. You go away from shot block, and they will measure that distance, close on it, and swat it away. You take it right to their chest, get that body contact, and hope for the best.
Mathiang to take a seat in is Mats Stockman. 7-footer from Oslo, Norway.
Wayne Russell off to a nice start. 8, make it 9 early points in this contest.
2-point GCU lead. 8.5 to go, opening half. Spalding, Levitt. Leaves there for King. King looking inside, Spalding. Marked by Vernon. Spalding takes it himself, twisting, turning, turnaround. And a travel.
Yeah, they got it that time. Spalding tried to do the old Michael Jordan windshield wiper that time, but he drugged that pivot foot, and the officials were right on it this time.
Here comes the press. Not a tenacious press. It's made it a bit difficult. Taking seconds off of that shot clock. Russell comes back out in front. Leaves for Frayer. Moves to his left where Shaq Carr is. 12-11 on the shot clock. Inside to Vernon. Spalding eyeing him. Frayer bounce pass back to Vernon. Turnaround jumper off the mark. Coming in was Clark. And he's called. Timeout on the floor, 7:50 to go. GCU on top, 16-14 in the game as Russell with 9 points in the game has really been a spark plug for GCU here this evening. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, so glad you could tune in. And boy, without Josh Braun in the game, the Lopes certainly giving Louisville all they can handle here early on.
Yeah, they really are. They're playing fantastic. They're doing exactly what Coach Marley wants to do, is just compete hard, and when they have opportunities to break, they do it. And you got to worry about that Louisville press, but they have broke it tonight several times. And let's go to one by Keontae Vernon here on the telestrator here. When you got a ball handler here, you see Keontae Vernon right here. You got to get somebody to the middle of the floor, and that's exactly what Keontae does. He's ready to receive that pass, and then once he receives that pass, he's just off to the races. I love this right here, just no hesitation. Big man put the ball on the floor. If the defense doesn't get in front of you, continue to drive it to the basket. Simple. That softens up Louisville. Next time they think about slapping that press on after a made free throw or a field goal, don't think twice.
Dwayne Russell, as I mentioned, 9 points in the game, been a spark plug, as he has been just about every game for GCU.
Yeah, he's been wonderful. That penetration there. You got that little head, herky-jerky shoulder movement right there. Throws the defender off kilter, and then that one there coming up off of the downstream, curling into the middle. And I love this one right here because he just saw just the slightest little crevice after he got the defender on his backside and took it right to the body of Mathiang and got that body contact and hoop and a harm.
Surprising to see the stats, 10-6 points in the paint for GCU here early on.
Well, that was one thing we wanted to say. Limited those points in the paint by those drivers. They tried to ratchet it up here these last 3 minutes by setting that high pick and roll, realizing that they're not getting enough points in the paint. But the GCU defenders are doing a nice job, maybe not getting it cleanly stopped, but managing to get the possession of the basketball back.
Snyder to bring it up for Louisville. Stockman back to Snyder, bounce pass. Spalding pulls back. Levitt looking for three. Heavy on the shot, rebound by the 7-footer. Not Stockman. Adele looks inside again, Stockman. And that's a travel.
Yeah, nice job absorbing that body contact. It was Clark down there at the time. He put that big chest on him. That's why you get in the weight room and lift all those weights. Guy didn't move Clark back at all, and he had to go back the other direction. When he did, he traveled those feet.
Russell to Shakar. Bounce pass into Vernon. Moving on Spalding to his right, up high. Oh, too heavy. Foul called.
Oh, that's a nice move by Keontae Vernon. We watched him put the ball on the floor from 50 feet and get to the rack. That one's a nice move right there, just off the little pinch post. They used to call it back in my Chicago Bulls days. And then any player, a strong player, moving from the left side of the floor to the right side has an advantage against the defender. They didn't take away a strong driving hand, and he was able to get down. I thought he was going to try to punch that once he got down there to the rack.
Keontae connects on the front end.
This is exactly the competitive fire that we saw out of the Lopes at Duke earlier in the season, playing against a team that's a little more talented. You just got to go out there and compete.
Keontae Vernon, 65% free throw shooter, connects on both. 4-point Lopes lead. Just under 7 to go, opening half. Dangendale leaves for Donovan Mitchell.
Here comes that high pick and roll.
Vernon moving his feet.
Tough one by Keontae Vernon. Just the 16 foul, so it'll be side out of bounds for the Cardinals, but give a little bit of ground. Don't create that contact. It's a tough one for him because they've been letting them play a little bit more and allowing that type of contact, and you have one official that kind of goes rogue and calls the contact.
Snyder somehow able to hang on to it. Mitchell again just inside the arc, tipped by Frayer. Up to Carr. Carr pushes back out. Frayer. Whoop. Mitchell right on Russell. Russell. Hand by Mitchell, pushed out of bounds. It'll belong to GCU.
I would like to know what Mitchell's wingspans are. It looked like he can tie his shoes, but hardly bend it over at the waist. He's got long arms, and he uses those to advance to get a lot of deflections. Talk about the 35 deflections a night this Louisville Cardinals team likes to try to create.
Russell on the 7-footer. Yikes, trying to go up and over him. Heavy rebound underneath. Spalding pulls it in and leads for Mitchell. Up high, Stockman.
Oh, I thought I had a walk before the foul contact down there. I think one official had a travel call. They got together and decided it is going to be a foul, and they're going to line to shoot the 1-and-1.
Yeah, you could tell the one official said travel.
Yeah, let's see if he moves those feet before the contact. Yeah, maybe the contact helped him move.
Yeah,
his
probably
feet.
did. You're right. Thank you, replay.
That's why they're on the floor and I'm over here.
Fifi Adu in the game for Oscar Frayer.
Stockman hasn't been to the line much this year. Just his 5th free throw of the season. He's made 1 out of 4. I don't know if that's a true representation of his free throw percentage, but sometimes a guy that hasn't been to a lot, all of a sudden he's facing a tough crowd. He's ready to rebound and miss in case he misses it. That looks like a nice stroke. I can't believe he's a 25% free throw shooter.
Now 2 of 5 on the season is Mats. Oslo, Norway, played at Canarias Basketball Academy, the same academy that Adrian Carrion from GCU participated. International flavor for both teams.
Conley knocked those 2 down, didn't he? Yeah, under 6 minutes to play, and the Lopes got the lead. How about that, Barry?
Definitely did not anticipate that.
Playing short-handed. Josh Braun's down with injury. Matt Jackson's out. Boubacar Touré's out.
Russell up high. Doesn't go. Pulled down by Stockman. Adele trying to move on Shakar up high off the glass and in.
That was too easy. Talked about those strong arms and didn't take away the right-hand drive. Almost turned it over the inbounds pass there. Make the simple pass when you're trying to get the ball inbounded. Look at this one by Adele one more time here. He's just going straight right-hand drive there. Shakar doesn't do anything to keep him out of that painted area, and he's able to flip that one right up over the smaller defender. A tie ball game now. Jared Martin, he's back on that floor, and Jared Martin, he's got 2 personal fouls. He's got to be very, very cautious not to pick up a silly foul here with 5:30 still replaying in this first half.
Fifi Adu from Helsinki, Finland. Leads from Martin from Australia. Shaq Carr eyed there by Snyder. Moves to his left. Drives baseline. Bounce pass. Open look there for Fifi.
Fifi needed that one. He's been struggling a little bit offensively in a big moment like this. Not his ball game. First half action, that'll serve him well the remainder of this game. He's just got to remember to stay aggressive.
Dell Martin got a fingertip on it. Inside, Stockman underneath. Oh, Martin with a reach in. Oh, look out. Man, oh man.
That's the silly one that I was thinking that Martin had to try to avoid. It's the low post position. His nature is to try to provide help side defense. But how about this one there? The little penetration by Carr. All eyes on him. Nobody worried about Fifi in the corner. Fifi made him pay.
Jared Smith will come in for Jared Martin. Stockman connects. How could this kid be coming in at 25%? He was 1 for 4 coming in and had a lot of trips there.
No, he had a lot of trips. Sometimes a little nervous the first time you get to the line. He hadn't been very often. Hey, he's got a nice stroke. I imagine that percentage is going to go skyrocketing before the end of the season.
Lead is 2 for GCU. 4:45 and counting opening half. Ooh. Mitchell able to pick that off. Be careful. All over the floor. Got the foot on it. Did Snyder, I believe. Possession. GCU.
Wasn't that Mitchell once again firing in a passing lane? The kid is ultra quick at firing into his passing lane. It looks like the connection's wide open. All of a sudden, Mitchell comes flying in there and cuts that connection.
He's laser fast. Russell, ooh, look out. Spalding got a hand on Russell's shot.
Oh, nice job by the bigs playing away from the basket there. They got out there and knocked that one away. And I think what they're going to say is that after Russell got his shot blocked, he got a hand in there on Spalding, got some contact, and they're going to go line to shoot free throws the other way. Now that's 9.
That's interesting.
19 fouls on GCU. So Louisville doing a nice job getting the Lopes in some foul trouble. They're marching to the free throw line. They're going to have a tough time scoring some field goals, but they're doing it at the line.
Stockman losing his balance there. Battling Darian Clark. 44% free throw shooter is Spalding.
Yeah, Stockman didn't like getting knocked down on that last possession, so he gave Darian Clark a nice shot underneath. The officials weren't having it, and now Darian Clark's going to go the other way. I think they waved off that free throw. They're going the other way, and Clark's now turned to go shoot some free throws at the other end.
After the first shot, the official had his eye right on him.
He's got to. He'll learn that you can't get him the very next possession. You got to wait a couple of possessions. Sometimes into the second half. Hey, I've waited years to get guys back in the NBA during my playing career.
Payback.
Yeah. If I ever see Kevin Willis, I still owe him a shot. So that was just that was Stockman. He'll learn. Clark knocking a couple free throws down. He came into this one shooting 40% from the line. He goes in and knocks two down.
There's a few things happening here in this opening half that I did not predict.
I tell you, guys stepping up here in big moments, doing things that are superb. There's Stockton getting a little paybacks.
Yep. Stockman puts it back over Clark.
Yeah, how about the big man, all the young bigs out there. You see that dribble penetration, you go right to the front of the rim. Any guard with the salt's going to hand that basketball off to you, and you finish it.
4 minutes and counting, opening half, tied at 23. Russell peels back. Stockman, a 7-footer.
Sliding his feet like a 6'2" guard out there with Russell.
Off of Shaq Carr's knee. Driven out of bounds. Louisville in possession. This game is tied at 23. That's right. 23-23. GCU and Louisville. 3:50 left to go. Opening half. Keep it right here. run. Levitt's trying to get in there.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Inside GCU Arena, where we are all tied up at 23 between the Louisville Cardinals and GCU Lopes. I'm Kate Longworth. Just under 4 minutes to go here, and if you're wondering just how legit Louisville is, well, let me tell you, the numbers, they don't lie. This is their 103rd year of action, and in that, they've had 3 national titles to their name and 41 NCAA tournament appearances. That includes 21 Sweet 16s, 14 Elite 8, 10 Final Fours, and over the last 14 seasons, they've had 20 or more wins. Some very impressive number, guys. I know when we were going over this, we knew they were good, and we know the reputation this powerhouse has. But when you look at the steady consistency they've had over the years, and of course, the touch of Rick Pitino and what he has done for this program.
It is hard to argue with the success of the University of Louisville and one Rick Pitino. 14 seasons of 20-plus victories. Stockman turns around Clark.
Yeah, Clark got posted literally 4 feet right in front of the basket. You can't let a man with that size and good hands catch that basketball that close to the basket. Nice job by Stockman early in this first half. He's doing a wonderful job.
Knocked out by Spalding. GCU to inbound.
This is the first time the Cardinals have had the lead in quite some time. GCU's doing a nice job in this first half. Don't want to lose touch with this team now here in this final 3:22. Keep it close. Keep it a single-digit game. Jack Carr's able to turn it over again there with the travel.
Jack Carr is going to take a seat. Frayer to come in. Turnovers have been his nemesis.
Yeah, GCU's done a pretty good job. They haven't allowed those turnovers to hurt them that much. 0 fast break points for Louisville so far in this game. That's a wonderful job. Coach Marley to take that all day.
Snyder leaves from Spalding underneath, trying to work on Clark. Clark called for the foul.
That's the second one on Clark, and you have to be careful now. You got 3 on Martin, 2 on Clark. And those guys are going to be very important closing out this half. You don't want to see them both sitting on the bench, as you don't, like I say, you don't want to let this Louisville team go on a run here. They can turn a quick 10-2 run easily in these final 3 minutes.
And Spalding connects. Coming to the game, back in Ryan McMahon. In for Snyder. Press. 6-0 run for Louisville.
I got a little too aggressive that time on that full court press, created the foul. GCU was having a tough time scoring the basketball. That was a silly foul there, 90 feet away from the hoop. You're going to send Fifi to the line to shoot a couple free throws. Excuse me, maybe not the 1-on-1. That was their 9th, not their 10th. So they'll be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Both teams are shooting 2 foul shots the rest of the way.
Fifi, a 67% free throw shooter coming in. 4 of 6, now 5 of 7.
Nice to see the young man go to the line and make 2 free throws. He's having himself a nice first half. He's been inconsistent at times this year, but he's certainly got the ability.
McMahon inside, Stockman. Backing in on Clark, turns, big left-hand hook. But the hoop and the harm did Stockman.
Yeah, Stockman, I mentioned it earlier, he's getting good low post positions. He's posting up. With that wide lower body of his, he's almost got a foot in the lane when he catches the ball. It's lights out down there. And he's very nice at turning with that right shoulder and throwing that lefty hook right up over the top of the smaller defenders. Nice touch around the basket, and nice touch from the free throw line.
Clark with 3 personal fouls. 5-point Louisville lead. Back to Kerwin Smith. Moves to his left, leaves for Russell. Wide by Mitchell. Mitchell putting his hand in his face. Pulls back the jumper and connects.
That's one thing that Russell has really added with confidence this year, the ability to put that ball on the floor, left to right, one dribble pull-ups, and even the long arm Mitchell wasn't able to stay within range to challenge that shot as Russell got the clean look.
His 11th. Mitchell twists and turns, left hand underneath. That was sweet.
That was pretty. Oh my goodness, that was a great spin move. I never had a spin move, but then the ability to be able to put that thing off the floor, off the glass softly with the offhand.
Under 2 to go. Lead remains at 5. Smith finds Russell. 8 on the shot clock. Gonna have to move quickly. Russell, eyed by McMahon, pulls down the 3. Connects!
Wayne Russell has brought it to the park tonight. 5 of 11 from the field, 14 points.
Shot is short, pulled down by Russell. Foul underneath by Spalding. Good job by Russell.
It's the second such foul by Spalding so far away from the GCU basket, but there's just no way McMahon's going to be able to stay with Russell, so he knows he's got to have to back off him quite a bit. And Russell's because he's been driving tonight. I mentioned the three-point bombs he made on Monday night against SIUE, and looking like he's ready to knock a couple more down here in this ball game.
Brian Mueller, the president of GCU, in attendance as he is each and every game. Obviously pleased with his university's first half effort.
Yeah, he loves it. He's not just a president that likes to come to the games to be seen. He knows basketball. He knows his hoops.
Former basketball coach.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk hoops with him a little bit. And I walk away, learn a little something every time I speak with him.
1-point Louisville lead. McMahon's 3-point attempt. Rings out. Smith battling after with Stockman pulled down by Fifiadu.
Got a disadvantage. Stockman's trailing the play.
Russell, short, pulled down by Donovan Mitchell. Under a minute to go. Left side King, fouled by Flair.
Yeah, Flair does a nice job spiking that basketball, but he gets him with the lower body. There's no doubt. In fact, that was a foul, but getting back in transition as Mitchell put the pressure on the defense there, and you can see just all that lower body contact.
BJ King at the line, coming in 80%, 16 of 20.
Fouls are starting to mount for GCU. Clark's on the floor with 3. Russell's on the bench with Martin's on the bench with 3, and Russell's on the floor with 2.
McDonald's All-American BJ King. Three-point Louisville lead. 45 seconds and counting opening half in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, they got this horns high pick and roll late in games. Give Russell the opportunity to go off either direction.
Russell's on the run. Back out. Frayer pulls back down, looks for 3. Pulled down by Fifi Adu. Russell, he'll pull down, be patient. Now drive into the paint. Hook shot for Frayer. Three-point attempt.
My goodness, I thought GCU would play for the last shot. It was an equal 30 seconds on the shot clock and a game shot, but the freshman, Oscar Frayer, said, no, let's tie this thing up right now and get a stop and take it to the half.
12-11, tied at 34. Mitchell driving up off the paint, doesn't fall, but he gets his own rebound.
Oh, they had done such a nice job the final 5 minutes on the offensive glass. To give one up there is unfortunate. The 8th offensive rebound for the Cardinals here in the first half. Go back to this one more time. I thought Russell was going to pull it back out, but he wings the pass to the left wing for Frayer. And talked about this freshman. He's got ice water in his veins.
Oscar Frayer from Moreau Catholic in Oakland, California, the freshman. As the Lopes taking on the Cardinals here tonight, we encourage those here in Phoenix to be sure to get GCU men's basketball tickets right now. Season and single game tickets on sale. San Diego State in town Wednesday, December 7th, along with great WAC conference matchup. Utah Valley, New Mexico State, Seattle University, and CSU Bakersfield. Reserve your tickets now by contacting the GCU box office at 602-639-8979 or just log on to lopestickets.com. Take a look at the last bucket. Donovan Mitchell doing his own pickup.
Yeah, that high pick and roll has kind of frustrated GCU at times tonight, and that time Mitchell kind of went away from the direction you would normally think a guy would come off a screen, caused some confusion. He was able to get all the way to the rack.
4.5 ticks left on the clock. Clark for Russell, quickly sprinting up. 2-1, long three.
Are you kidding me? Take the lead to half. Well, Coach Marley drew it up with 4.5 seconds to go. I thought you were maybe playing into the Cardinals' hands, a chance for them to set up their full court press defense, but they broke it again, and Russell with the long three going to the half.
The Wolves have come to play, there is no doubt about it. Take a look at the last three. Russell puts the afterburners on, and look at the range.
I think Stockman was a little surprised that he pulled up from that distance.
Let's send it over to Kate and Coach Marley.
Well, I love beating you at halftime when you have the 1-point lead, Coach. So congratulations so far, an impressive half. I'm guessing you're pleased with your team's effort. What stands out from their play so far?
We're just playing really hard, doing a really good job on the boards. A little concerned about our foul trouble, but our guys are playing really hard, moving the ball. Defensively doing a really good job, contesting shots. Rebounding. So we just, it's a long ways to go, but it's a heck of a half.
Dwayne Russell so far leading all scorers with 18 points. How is he setting the tone and intensity for you?
He's been like that since he's been here. He's the leader. He's worked extremely hard this summer, ever since he's come back from those 2 games. He's just got a confidence about it. It just shows everybody out there if you work at your game and you're dedicated to what you do. He's changed his diet. He's done everything. He's just got a load of confidence.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach. We look forward to an exciting second half. 37-36. The Lopes on top, guys.
18 points in the opening half for Zero, the hero, Dwayne Russell. 4th year of Division I basketball for Grand Canyon University, battling the 14th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. You won't want to miss any of the second half action. Our halftime festivities continue after we take this timeout.
Our company's Comfortpedic Inc. We're a local mattress company here. It's a small family business that my dad started. Now we are providing the dorm mattresses to the most recent dorms here at GCU. One of my professors, he was a professor for my junior year, Paul Waterman. He was the one that started everything. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I came up with a short presentation, a very quick business pitch. I presented Dr. Gibb with my company history, and he loved it. So first we started with the hotel mattresses. Brett Courtwhite was very helpful, and everything ran smoothly. From there, we began with the dorm mattresses. We asked them what exactly they were looking for in a dorm mattress, and that's when we started to come up with with a prototype. We brought in one of the mattresses that GCU currently has. We opened it up. We saw where they needed improvement and what we could do best to like maximize a better prototype. And we came up with the mattresses that we have now, and after that everything ran pretty smoothly, thankfully. You can see the community thriving along with GCU, and just the fact that GCU was willing to buy locally from a company that's only 10 minutes away, you can tell that they really want the community to grow with them. I'm very proud to say I'm a Lope, and I tell it to everyone, like, go to GCU, Lopes up. I'm very, very proud.
Welcome back. A live look inside GCU Arena where it is halftime with the Lopes on top. 37-36 over 14th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. And the amazing Slodek in action here, center court. He had a lot to live up to after that first half, but the amazing America's Got Talent, well, he's showcasing it right now. The Lopes were made for this game. That's at least what the student section believes here. The fans, they were ready to wreak havoc on their opponent, and they've done just that, bringing an electric atmosphere inside this arena. I'm Kate Longworth, and I'm joined now by Mike Vaught, who is the GCU Vice President of Athletics. And Mike, first, just your initial thoughts when you take in this first half and the excitement that's been around campus really all week, but especially these last 48 hours.
Well, it's really exciting for our school. You know, being the only Division I school in the city of Phoenix, we take pride in events like this and representing our city and our university. And, you know, we got 3 starters out tonight. We got some young kids that are really playing hard. The atmosphere is great. The students make a home court advantage for us. So it's exciting. I'm glad you're here.
We are too, and you know, the campus really stepping up, these players stepping up amongst some adversity and injuries. And for you guys on staff and just everyone behind the scenes at the athletics department, what goes into planning when you bring powerhouses like this in San Diego State on campus for these marquee games?
Yeah, really a standard operating procedure for us. We got a great team here at GCU. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We have the same atmosphere for every game. It's incredible. The culture President Mueller's created, our student body, the Havocs. So we have a great team, and from an operational standpoint, it's pretty standard.
Yeah, you guys are getting the notoriety nationwide, but also, of course, within the state. How did the game come about scheduling against the Wildcats on the 14th and Tuesday?
Well, first, Greg Burns is one of the best ADs in the country. He's even a better person. I really like Greg, and they've been a great partner to GCU. We play them in a lot of different sports. So we talking a couple of summers ago, Jerry Colangelo was involved in it. We want to thank him. But yeah, we're going down to Tucson here in a little over a week. Play those guys. It's going to be great for the state of Arizona.
Yeah, it certainly is, and great for college basketball. And you guys are making that final year of transition into Division I programs throughout for all athletic programs. And you also have this unique initiative, the 10 in 2, 10 sports facilities being redone, revamped within 2 years. Where are you at on that?
We have about 6 complete. Beach volleyball is about half finished. They actually used it for a camp today. We'll start on baseball as soon as the season's over, and softball's under construction now. And then right next door, the men's basketball practice facility for men and women will be done in January, so we're excited about that.
Now, if you could only explain to me why it takes 10 years to get a freeway up and only 2 years to revamp this entire campus, but we'll save that for another day. In the meantime, I know you are busy because 21 sports programs are in action here at GCU. What is it like for you to be the man behind all that action?
Well, I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I have great people. We have a great team here at GCU in the athletic department and the campus group. I just happen to be the AD. I don't need any credit. They do all that. We have a fantastic group of people, and you know, anything in life's about relationships and people, and we work well together. We enjoy work each day, and we keep moving the ball forward, so it's been really a lot of fun here.
Well, congratulations on all you've done and where GCU is going, and on a night like tonight where there's a lot of eyes on the Lopes. Congratulations on the score at halftime.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mike Vaught. And after the break, Barry Mattel, Scott Williams, they'll be back with us with highlights, action, and much, much more, recapping that first half, 37-36 GCU on top, and the amazing Slodek taking care of things here at halftime.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit GCU.edu.
GCU Arena in Phoenix, Arizona, where the Lopes, yes, that is correct, lead it by 1, 37-36 over the 14th ranked Louisville Cardinals. Gary Butel alongside Scott Williams. So glad you could tune in to GCU and Louisville this evening, and a bit of a shocker, obviously, in its 4th year of a transition to D1. GCU on top by 1 over a Louisville team that is coming in red hot at 6-1.
Well, I love it. I mean, this place has been electric, and the team has given them a lot to cheer about. They have absolutely competed their butts off here in this first half.
As Dwayne Russell has led the way with 18 points. Let's take a look at our Hyundai halftime highlights and stats. Stop by Hyundai.com today.
Well, it was Mango Mathiang down there on that low block. He was the one that got the little left-handed hook part. He started down low, and I love this one by Keontae Vernon. Does a nice job continuing to attack the defense there. Spun that one up off glass, and I love the Frere block as he closed out on the outside. Shooters did a really nice job holding them just 2 of 7 from behind the arc, but then Mitchell got loose on this one. He knocked down the 3 ball, and I love this one. You want to try to break, set up a press on us? No problem. We get it to the middle, keep attacking. Got the couple defenders behind us. Nobody picks him up. Slams that one home, and then Schneider, he was one of the other 3-point shots that they knocked that one down from behind the arc. And I love this one here by Dwayne Russell right here, because he's, again, just keeping putting pressure on the defense, finds a little crevice, gets the hoop in the harm, driving into the basket, and Sindel says what Russell can do, I can do too, as he puts it on his strong arm, taking it right to the right-hand side, flipping that one up over Shaq Carr. All he can do is to watch. And then you got Stockman. He did a nice job down low. He had 10 points in that first half, a bunch of little baby hooks, 3 of 3 from the field, and then Fifi. That's Oscar Frere down there knocking that one down out of the corner. And then I love this one here by Dwayne Russell, because there's 4.5 seconds to go. He just turned on the afterburners and cranked one up from 30 feet that found nothing but the net to give GCU a 1-point advantage at the break. And Coach Marley has got to be extremely excited, especially about this number right here. Doing a great job defensively, 40% from the field. They're getting to the free throw line, holding their own on the glass, and haven't allowed any fast break points from the Cardinals. That's a big one to watch in the second half.
Well, what else to watch perhaps in the second half is foul trouble. You've got Clark and Martin each with 3. You've got Russell and Vernon with 2 for GCU. They've got to be careful. Their bench is really short.
Can't get a cheap one early.
Yep, we shall see. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more from GCU Arena, where the Lopes are on top of the Cardinals, 37-36.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat, we will not disappoint, We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. Live look inside GCU Arena where the Lopes are up by 1 at the break. We're getting ready for second half action, but let's first take a look at the leading scorers in the first half. Leading the way for all scores is the Lopes. Dwayne Russell, Zero the hero with 18 points, followed by Keontae Vernon with 6 and Adu with 5. Now on Louisville, we've got Stockman with 10, Mitchell Snyder both coming in with 7. All right, the guys, they are back out there ready for action, and we will be right back to count you through the second half.
Let's go! There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692. GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Back live at GCU Arena where the Lopes lead the Cardinals 37-36. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth. GCU Arena on the campus of Grand Canyon University, Phoenix, Arizona, where the 14th ranked Cardinals are, well, they've gotten their hands full here as they trail by 1 going into a second half. And obviously the talk in the Cardinals dressing room with Coach Pitino is, okay, we got to shut down Zero, Dwayne Russell. How are they going to do it?
Yeah, they got to control his penetrations. He's done a nice job softening the defense with the penetrations, and when they backed off him, he's made a couple three-point shots. Of course, that one from 30 feet is obviously abnormal, but definitely got to concentrate on shutting down his drives to the basket. I tell you, this is the first time this Cardinal team all season long has trailed at the half. It'll be interesting to see how they respond coming out of the locker room, not having the lead.
Snyder takes it from Johnson. Ooh, almost loses the handle, able to get back to Mitchell. Mitchell pulls back from Frayer, looking for 2. Doesn't fall, but underneath there is Johnson. Mathiang. Fouled by Darian Clark.
Well, that's one thing you did not want to see happen. I'm sure Coach Pitino says we're going to get shots up on that basket and then crash the glass. They had 8 offensive rebounds in the first half, but they're used to and accustomed to getting even more. Mathiang did a nice job corralling their 9th, and now they have a chance to go back to the line. So it was Johnson that got the rebound.
Mathiang unsuccessful in his first attempt. Vernon actually picked up the foul, his third. So 3 Lopes with 3 personal fouls. Russell eyed by Quentin Snyder. Moves inside. Mathiang trying to slap it away from Vernon. Vernon pulls back. Oop. Off the handle, able to pick it up. Ooh, look out. That was a bit sloppy.
Well, GCU, you want to make sure that they still compete. They don't want to be happy with just putting in a half of basketball and having the lead at the very beginning. They got to make sure that they're coming out here with that same sort of passion and fire for an additional 20 minutes. And one thing much Coach Marley worried about was the foul situation. Can they do it now playing without fouling?
Mathiang had to tie that left shoelace. Poor guy lost his shoe in the opening half. Got to tie those things a little tighter. Snyder is called for the foul.
And another good job, brother, by Dwayne Russell. Again, knifing past the defender and drawing contact.
Clark looks out, trying to get to Russell. Mitchell's all over him. Somehow Russell gets free. Leads for Vernon, loses to Mark Frayer. Martin on the spot, out to Russell. Wow.
Plenty of time to reset your offense. Look at Adele.
He's
playing
on top of him.
All out on Russell.
Oh, rings out. Pulled down by Dang Adele. Mitchell waiting to make a move. Over to Mathiang. Adele inside the arc, and he connects.
A nice job that time, coming out looking for a shot. And a little interesting and fun to see if Russell can keep up the energy level. Played all 20 minutes in that first half. Did not sit down one time.
Oh,
got lazy with that pass.
Yep, Vernon coming up lane 2. Looked like he might have pulled maybe a hammy. Laying it in is Jalen Johnson. Timeout on the floor. Cramping issue perhaps as Keontae Vernon. That right leg is stiff.
Hey, he's been blocking a lot of minutes and just a sloppy play there. And they did a nice job. That's their first 2 points on the break all night long. Coach Marley gets a quick timeout. Doesn't want to see his team get sloppy and loose touch with this Louisville Cardinals. They can go on a roll quite quickly.
You saw Vernon coming back up, reaching behind, grabbing that right back of his right thigh.
Hey, remember a couple years ago, he had some cramping issues. He would cramp up quite a bit. Didn't seem to bother him last year, but mentioned all the minutes that he's been logging. He's gone for 38, 40 in ball games already. And this being in his fifth basketball game, and maybe some of those early minutes are starting to catch up with him.
GCU trails in the game as you take a look at the upcoming schedule. San Diego State here on Wednesday, and the University of Illinois Chicago on the 10th. Arizona down at the McHale Center on December 14th, 9 p.m. tip-off that evening. Mississippi Valley State, Elkhorn State, and the rest as conference play begins January 7th against the Wolverines, and then the Aggies come in on January 12th. That's all upcoming for GCU men's basketball.
Coach Marley coaching up his squad. -1 Josh Braun.
Josh Braun, the preseason WAC player of the year, coming into this game, averaging 14.5 points per game, 89% free throw shooter. Josh Braun will have a scope on the knee, and Coach Marley said during the pregame he hopes to have Josh back for the start of conference play in January.
Hey, get that scope done on Tuesday, get a look around there. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, and he can come back even sooner than that. I know I played some college ball. Kenny Smith, he got scoped, and he was back out there in about a week. So you know, that was a unique thing, but hopefully Josh can get it right, because this Lopes team sure does miss his firepower. He does so many good things on the floor other than just scoring the basketball.
Russell lined by Snyder. Clark comes out, try to help Mathiang. Also there, back to Vernon. Vernon trying to drive into the paint underneath. Mathiang swatted it away, turned around. Clark, and it falls.
How about the hand-eye coordination by Clark to snag that block shot out of mid-air? Grabbed that thing and then with the left hand flipped it over the top of the defense. Johnson with a walk.
6 for Darian Clark.
Well, both teams did a decent job actually taking care of that basketball in the first half. Both had 6 turnovers in the first half, but now we're already here in the early part of the second half. We've seen both clubs toss it up needlessly.
Russell and Snyder going toe-to-toe this evening. Frayer. He'll bring it back out. Leave for Jared Martin. Now over to Russell. Snyder getting up tight. Support Johnson moving to his right. No look pass. Vernon driving baseline underneath the bucket. Oh, a little mishandle on Clark. He pushes it back off the glass.
How about the dish by Vernon underneath to the big man Clark? Little big man basketball going on down there. 13 feet of fun underneath that hoop.
Tied at 41. Johnson stuck there. Rebound swatted around. Vernon, oh, he can't pull it down. Loose ball. Adele. Adele's got an open look. Falls short. Rebound. Clark.
Look at DC down there battling. He's got a hard hat in the lunch pail. He's come to work here in the second half.
We are knotted at 41. His third personal foul for Mango Mathiang.
I'll tell you what, men at work, just get a sign and some construction cones out and put a men at work sign down there, because Vernon and Clark, the 2 bigs for the Lopes, have been going to work here in the early half.
Louisville already without Anas Mahmoud, out with concussion-like symptoms. Took the elbow to the face against Purdue. Didn't make the trip. Mathiang sits down. Russell stops, pops, goes up high, short, pulled down by Mitchell.
Russell's looking like he maybe got hit on the elbow there. Wanted a call from the officials.
Adele moves right back left, leads for Snyder, too heavy, pulled down by Clark. Clark up to Martin.
Push in the back there, excuse me. Lopes are running.
Russell looks for Frayer, open look, 3-point attempt. Doesn't connect, Mitchell.
That's exactly the kind of shot that Coach Marley wants him to take, though. Open threes.
Looks like they're running and gunning. Mitchell for 3. Rings out. Vernon with the rebound.
They're kind of turning into a rec league the way these teams are going up and down and firing at will. This is college basketball at its finest.
Russell back behind. Up off the glass, draws the foul.
As much as they want to stop Russell's penetration, he is still finding ways. Coach Rick Pitino had to take a walk to the other end of his bench because he's so frustrated that little Russell's getting in there amongst the trees and getting that contact and earning trips to the foul line. Coach Russell, he got that big old championship ring on there, but he's still feeling a little stress. I'm sure that collar's getting a little tighter than he would want it to be.
Snyder has 3. Wholesale changes coming. Spalding coming in for Louisville. Levitch as well as Johnson and Snyder take a seat.
Just the 3rd free throw miss for the Lopes team. They were shooting it so good tonight, 11 of 13 at the half. Russell not able to get the front end of that one to go.
Clark takes a seat. In is Kerwin Smith for GCU.
Kerwin Smith's got to do exactly what Clark did, be a big force down there underneath, especially on the offensive end. If the bigs are going to be getting that basketball low to the basket, he's going to have to finish with strength around the rim against this big team. Now Stockman's back in there. He did yeoman's work in that first half. Someone's going to have to try to slow him down.
GCU on a 5-0 run. Charge. Jared
Martin loves giving up his body for the team that time. Does a nice job sliding those biscuits. Gets down there, sticks that left foot on the baseline, creates that, takes away the angle. There's no place to go and runs him right over, takes that contact square in the numbers.
Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
All right, thanks, guys. I am joined now by Dan Bickley of Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Bickley and Murata Show, and also, of course, a columnist for AC Central and the Arizona Republic. Well, Dan, we knew coming into this was a big deal with Pitino and the Cardinals coming to town. But now, when you look at this score and feel this atmosphere in the arena, what can you say about what the last 24 hours have been like?
Well,
First of all, it's unheard of for a team like Louisville to come to a mid-market program on the road and play a game like this. Normally, there's no incentive for a team like this to come here. I can guarantee you, Louisville never thought they'd be in a game like this where they'd be trailing in the second half. And I can also guarantee you that Louisville never thought they'd have this kind of environment here in a place they probably never heard of before.
Yeah, props to Jerry Colangelo for organizing something like this, and then props to these current Luke players for making this such a game. And when you look at how exciting this atmosphere is right now in December, fast forward a few months and what basketball is going to be like here in the Valley with the Final Four here. What's that mean for the Phoenix landscape to be hosting that event?
Well, it's amazing. The fact that the Valley has had every big event in the world, from the Super Bowl to college football championships. Now that we got a Final Four, our resume is like complete now. That's like the final jewel in our crown. And then you think about next year, where you've got Arizona State trying to get traction as a program. Arizona, as you know, great basketball power. Grand Canyon University is going to be off probation. We can really become a hotbed of college basketball next year for many years going forward.
Yeah, and I think you've really touched on something, because this is the Lopes' final year transitioning to that Division I program, so they are tournament eligible next year. What do you think the future holds for Dan Majerle and his Lopes?
Well, you know, I think the sky's the limit for this place. College basketball recruits, when they come to a school, they want to feel like they're the big man on campus. You come here, you see this arena and this vibe, and it blows people away. I give Grand Canyon University a great shot of being a top 25 program.
I think you're absolutely right. Thank you so much, Dan Bickley, for joining us here at the Lopes game.
Thanks to Caden, to Dan Bickley, the Arizona Republic, and 98.7 FM. Louisville scored the first 5 points in the second half, but they're scoreless in the last 2 minutes, 27 seconds.
They're doing a great job defensively in the second half, holding Louisville's 2 of 7 shooting, 28%.
Russell, Vernon trying to work on Spalding underneath, trying to free himself up. Russell looks inside, Vernon moves on Spalding to his right. Stockman leans in, it's short. Underneath, loose ball. Freyer unable to pick it off.
As Keontae Vernon did exactly what you don't want to do. Good move, get past the shot blockers, but then when the shot blockers recover, instead of going into their body, he faded away, made the shot too tough to him, didn't get any contact, couldn't finish.
A lot of bench players in the game now for Louisville, and they're outscoring the Lopes in this game 16-5 at this point. Stockman with 10 of those.
Oh my goodness.
Spalding.
It looked a little funny. I don't know if they traveled, but some of those moves down low looked a bit awkward. Yes.
Yeah. Russell drives, stops, top of the key, fade, and in! Dwayne Russell is on fire.
Yeah, Dwayne Russell's doing his thing tonight. 7 of 16 from the field, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. He's got 2 boards and assists and 21 points.
King eyed by Jared Martin. Leaves from Mitchell. Freyer's eyeing in. Looks for some support from Stockman. Pulls back. Time, whistle called.
I think we got a player that's hurt or injured. No, Coach Potato got a timeout. Didn't like what he saw on the floor. Offense was getting a little too one-on-one-ish. Is that a word? One-ish? It sounds very good.
You just got to say it with authority.
Well, Russell one more time, and this one, he knows how to go one-on-one-ish. Does a nice job. They cut off that right hand one time, and he pulls it back to the left. Created some space with that crossover and knocked down the outside shot.
44-43, that is correct. GCU on top of the 14th ranked Louisville Cardinals.
We got Ryan Marley in the house. Dad's nephew's back in town for this big contest.
Ryan Marley, that lethal three-pointer that we had for a few seasons. Great to see Ryan in the house.
Hey, looking good.
Could tell he's a Marley.
And put on the weight that I put on since I played when I finished.
You're not into playing weight?
No, not quite. I got this purple sweater for purple night. My son said I look like Grimace in my purple sweater.
Wow.
It's like, not nice. There goes his Christmas presents.
Oh, Spalding lays it in off the glass for Louisville.
Nice job by Spalding attacking the basket.
Levitch now on Russell. Kerwin Smith comes out. Oh, and Dwayne Russell up over the 7-footer Stockton.
They set that screen way out by the top of the key. And once he got by Levitch, it was Stockton one-on-one with Dwayne Russell, and there was no chance. And right now, Dwayne Russell's got that little pull-up jump shot working. He's going to have, that's going to be there all night long. He's got half the GCU points tonight.
King up high over Keontae Vernon. Levitch and McMahon have had their problems against Dwayne Russell. Really, only Mitchell and Snyder have been able to. Oh, Fifi just.
Fifi was trying to put pressure on Mitchell that time, and there was a lot of contact out about 20 feet away from the basket. And officials, are, like I said, have been letting them play. Look at that one by Russell. Then I love this one here by King. He takes it right down the right side of that lane, lays it in there. But Fifi, as good as the first half he played, basketball is more valuable than his points. He's got to take care of that ball on the offensive end.
King on the near side, back up the wing. Now Spalding, oh, he moves around Fifi Adu. Mitchell cuts into the paint, up high and underneath the glass, uncontested. Can't happen for the GCU Lopes.
Got to get the guys coming off their men on the weak side.
Fifi drives baseline, swarmed. On the run is Bang Adele and lays it in off the glass. And the Cardinals on a run here now, lead it by 5.
Got to get some guys out there to take care of that basketball. 2 turnovers in a row that time by Fifi. The young freshman's got to realize how precious the ball is.
6-0 run by Louisville. Russell, that doesn't connect. For Adele, look out, Louisville. Moves left, goes up underneath, swatted away by Vernon. Oh, goaltending.
Yeah, I think that was it was Kerwin Smith that got that one off the glass, and I got to keep an eye on Vernon. I don't know if he pulled a hammy trying to get back on this one. He grabbed his hamstring after the last trip down the floor. He's coming out of this basketball game, but look at this one more time. That ball definitely hit the glass before Kerwin Smith could go up there and try to block it.
Going right to the trainer's table with Jordy Hackett back there. So you're spot on with that, Scott. Tight game throughout. Louisville opening up a run here now, 6-0. Martin.
And that matchup zone has been deadly for Louisville opponents.
Russell, drive, baseline, floater, and connects!
Yeah, snuck around the defense. That Louisville zone is something else, but the speed of Russell's no match for it, and he just takes it right around the baseline, and really has got that floater dialed in tonight. Now can they get a stop?
Underneath in the face of Spalding was Clark.
They're going to call another goaltending. They're going to say that one got the glass before Clark was able to knock that one away.
Timeout on the floor. It is quite the battle in Phoenix, Arizona. Louisville on top 55-48.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. Lopes down right now by 7 to the Louisville Cardinals. I'm Kate Longworth, and I'm joined now by former NFL star Michael Bush, who spent time with the Raiders, Bears, and the Arizona Cardinals. Michael, you're also a famous face when it comes to Louisville. What's it like to be back here supporting your alma mater?
It's awesome. Anytime I get to see him on TV or come to a game, I'm always going to be there.
And And what do you think about this atmosphere here at GCU?
Hey, it's awesome. My first time in here. And look at the people behind me. Like, look. They're going crazy. So it's a good game.
And being an elite player at the collegiate level and also as a pro, how can you say a crowd can have a factor on a game?
It's a big momentum thing, intensity. The team is going to feed off of it, so it plays a big part.
And guys, this guy knows he played in front of the Raider Nation. All right, back over to you.
No doubt about it. Thanks to Michael Bush. This Louisville Cardinals making some noise on the gridiron again.
Yeah, they got a great job at that. Lamar Jackson, absolutely phenomenal. He plays basketball on turf there. He just gets it and goes and throws it and runs it. And I've enjoyed watching that team play this year. And you know, talk about running it after holding the Cardinals here to 2 of 7 to start the half. They've gone 5 of 7 since and have built themselves a 7-point lead.
A new GCU Arena record. 7,493 in attendance here in Phoenix. And they are witnessing a great basketball game. You've got to love college basketball. Russell. Working Adele.
That's the 5th team foul on the Cardinals already here in the second half. Just 1 for GCU. We got 11 minutes to play, so GCU continues to have some trouble scoring the ball from the outside. They can continue getting to the line and maybe getting a double bonus here soon. That'll do them well down the stretch to try to close this gap, but they got to start keeping the Louisville Cardinals out of the paint. They got 32 points in the paint to just 16 for GCU, and 14 of those 32 have come here in the second half. So that's been their theme. They want to pound it inside. And GCU, I know they got the foul trouble, but they got to keep them out of that middle.
Checking whether it's a 3 or not. Adele has 3 personal fouls. We've had quite a bit of officials have seen quite a bit of airtime on GCU basketball games in the last few games. Reviewing plays. Perhaps they take a look at ours.
See, I don't mind it when it's like that. Quick, keep it under 90 seconds, and let's get back to playing some basketball. And we're going to have to start putting the career high tracker here on Dwayne Russell. He's got 25 points right now. His career high was established earlier this season at Albany, where he went for 30 points. So with 11 minutes and 10 seconds to play and at the line here to shoot some free throws, he's going to probably surpass that tonight.
It was a 3 attempt, so the first of 3 connects. Albany game, his first game back after sitting the first 2 as he is a transfer from Northern Arizona University and coming back for his redshirt senior season, the Peoria, Arizona native. He's definitely thrived under head coach Dan Marley.
I can't believe Northern Arizona let this guy get away.
Ooh, Russell called.
Well, officials let him play in the first half, and I thought they'd been letting him play here in the second half. But sometimes when you allowed to get banged around a little bit, and then you get used to that, and then they switch up on you. I don't want that to happen tonight, but just got to keep playing hard.
One way to knock Dwayne out is with foul trouble with 3 now. Martin, King moving on him, and oh my, is he outside of the restricted area? And
well, Clark does a nice job getting over there, but then at the last minute he turns his body slightly to the right and doesn't get that contact square and picks up his 4th personal foul. I think you've been better off pulling a page out of Jared Martin's book where you're down on that baseline and you prepare to take the charge. Then it looks more like the offensive player creates the contact.
Straight up.
Yeah, get into a position where you're bending your knees a little bit, take that charge down on that baseline, you have a better chance of getting that call.
Clark sits down with 4. Keontae Vernon back in. 6-point Louisville lead.
light full court pressure this time. They like Adele out here on Russell. They like his length against Russell's speed. See which one wins.
Smith. Fifi Adu.
Here comes the speed. Oh, they switched off. Nice job switching off that time. King switched out on Russell.
Oh, Vernon loses the handle. Spalding got his hand in on it. Not very good handles. Adele, open look, three-pointer, out. Big rebound. Fifi battles after Adele picked it up.
The young rookie, got to stay in there and get the rebound. He's leaking out to the back court.
Little sloppy, off and into the hands of Kerwin Smith. King's attempt. Approaching 10 minutes to go in the second half. Martin, eyed by Spalding. Pulls back out. Vernon, a long attempt. Rings off the rim and into the hands of Spalding.
I know Martin's been saddled with some foul trouble in that first half, but now's the time he's got to start looking at that hoop.
Adele, easy lay-in.
They tried to find do that backdoor play earlier in the first half. GCU was ready for it, got a little lackadaisical on that one and got the backdoor layup. 8-point disadvantage Lopes.
Russell moves to the right on Adele. Up high, rebound kicked out Levitch. Louisville. Underneath, Spalding, no doubt about it.
Coach Majerle's seen enough, wants a timeout. Louisville continuing to get opportunities right at the rim.
Opening up a 10-point lead. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, guys, we see Keontae back on the court. He has logged 23 minutes so far tonight with 6 points, 2 boards, but he has been struggling with cramps in that right hamstring, so the trainer keeping a close eye on that. When he has been walking off the court, they're just trying to stretch him out over here and, of course, keep him hydrated.
They definitely need Keontae Vernon on the court.
Yeah, they need his muscle. They need his scoring ability around the basket, and they need his muscle on the defensive end. He's been a factor tonight. Last couple ball games where he had 16 and 14 against SIUE. He had a number of slams, offensive rebounds, putbacks, and uses his will in transition quite well. But when those hammies start getting tight, you stop going to the offensive glass and you stop running the floor.
Louisville's bench outscoring GCU's 28-5. Patino wanted to travel.
I don't think so.
Vernon. Foul.
I'll tell you,
Spalding.
I've been very impressed the way this Lopes team has been coached up this week, preparing for this Louisville full court pressure. The full court pressure hasn't bothered them as much as some of the sloppy passes in the half court.
Ooh, just beyond the extended arm of King. Behind the play, Kerwin Smith called. This can't happen for GCU if they want to contend in this game.
Well, let's take a look at it one more time. Let's see if Kerwin Smith gets those feet set. You see that left shoulder dip down? That's when he gets a little bit stronger with the upper body. He'll be able to observe that contact. You start dipping that shoulder down there to try to get that screen. The pitcher's going to call you that every time. He's put on some muscle, but he could still use to put on another 10 or 15 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
Even over the course of the season if it's possible.
Adele, a long attempt, and he drains the three. Louisville on a streak here.
Yeah.
As they have opened it up now, 13-point lead on a 9-0 run.
They're getting the looks they want. Shots at the rim and uncontested looks from behind the arc. You got to make this team stay in the yard, that area between the three-point line and out of the paint. That's where you want them to live, but open looks from three and layups, just not going to get it done. This team is just too long, too strong, and too talented to allow them to have these easy opportunities.
Spalding's third. Louisville, 3 for their last 3 from the field, 10 of their last 12.
For the Cardinals, number 10, Jalen Johnson. For the Lopes,
29 points for Dwayne Russell. Kerwin Smith sits down. Martin, Frayer, Russell, Vernon, and Shaq Carr in for GCU. Doesn't drop. Pulled down underneath by Jalen Johnson. Ypsilanti, Michigan. Dangadell. Frayer. 15 foul for GCU. As I mentioned, Louisville, 10 of their last 12, opening up a 12-point lead.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job getting whatever they wanted on the offensive end. Here's Adele driving it again.
Oh my, underneath, not a lot of support. Frayer able to get a hand on it.
Well, I think they got Keontae Martin underneath there for another foul. And that's going to be the fourth one on Keontae Vernon, excuse me, not Keontae Martin. Down there, he's got to reach there. He got away with one, but after that blocked shot, he comes back in there again and wraps him up.
Yep. Adele drives in, pushes back out. King pulls down. Now
he traveled with it. That was the travel Coach Petito wanted on Martin. Unfortunately, his guy got the travel call.
Louisville just waited to bust it open. Long three off the mark, pushed back, not there by Vernon, and into the hands of Mango Mathiang.
Vernon probably would have been better served to try to pull that one down. That long lefty tip moving away from the basket, a tough one to try to control and score, but he kept it alive nonetheless, even with a bad hamstring.
Dangadell driving around Frayer. Too heavy, three white jerseys around the ball. Mathiang pushed back out to Adele. Adele, long, heavy on the rebound. Russell.
Adele being real aggressive here in the second half. He got 11 second half points. And he's just trying to get some more. Important possession here for the Lopes.
Levitch. Martin, long attempt, and it connects! Boy, if there's one guy that needed a bucket, it's Jared Martin, and he hit from long distance.
His first shot settled with foul trouble. I said he got to get a little more aggressive offensively here. Nice job. That's kind of that misdirection play. We're going to dribble it one way and then pitch it back to the outside shooter for a clean look. Russell found him with a strike, and Martin knew what to do with it.
Mathiang, big skyhook right hand coming in for support is BJ King.
He got to put a body on King. This kid is too athletic, too long, too quick to the basket. And that's like playing following up one on your driveway right there. That's easy peasy.
Russell stops, throws it up, draws the foul.
Oh, Russell's so good at getting these bigs up in the air with these little head and shoulder fakes. He's not even showing the ball. He's just giving a little head neck fake and gets those bigs popping up in the air. And I love this one here by Russell. He just takes it strong one direction, flips it right back to Martin. And that was a deep three. He was 3-4 feet behind the line.
Well, they're going to have to go for money. They're going to have to go for that deep ball. And Jared Martin's going to have to take those attempts. Barry Butel, Scott Williams. How about Dangadell? You mentioned it already. Talk about being aggressive here in the second half.
Yeah, a kid from Australia down under. And Matt Jackson, our Australian, says he's competed against Dale. He knows his ability, and he has been really good tonight. I like the fact that he's not afraid to take on the challenge of driving that one ball to the basket. He's shown an ability to be able to step out behind the arc, come off screens and knock down shots, and he's taking the challenge here in the second half, using his length on Russell and trying to slow him down here in the second half. But did a nice job controlling the basketball in transition, and very impressed. Coach Petito's got a number of different players that can provide opportunities, and he hasn't really gotten it tonight from Donovan Mitchell. He's been a little bit slower tonight, not getting as many points as he normally does, but Odell's been the guy coming in tonight, providing the offensive firepower. We got 15 points.
Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, guys, it's been a tale of two Martins when you look at his performance over this past week. Against SIUE on Monday, he was 2 for 13. But Dan Majerle not upset with him at all, even though that shot would not fall, because he was taking quality shots, he said. Now today, Martin just lined up for that one, got the 3, so you hope that can bring his confidence back. And one thing Dan Majerle said he tries to stress to this team, if you are taking legit shots out there, if you are open and you have the look, he wants them shooting. He does not want them to be afraid to shoot. If they miss, that's okay. If it's not one of those silly fouls or those silly shots he's talked about before, he's okay, because he wants his players to continue building that confidence. And he believes if they can find that shot, they're unstoppable. We've certainly seen that in the past with Martin.
Well, he was 1 of 11 in three-point land last game. Perfect 1 for 1 here tonight against Louisville.
Yeah, he really struggled in that particular game. He missed his first 10 before he got one to drop in the final couple minutes of that ball game. But I like the fact he had no hesitation when he shot that. He's a great defensive player, and he's got a nice stroke. He just got to learn to be more aggressive offensively. I believe it's coming.
30 points for Dwayne Russell. Had 30 at Albany, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, tied his career high. 10-point game, 6 minutes to go. You'd taken that before this one tipped off, wouldn't you, Barry?
No doubt about it. Snyder, short on the 3, kicked out. Shakar brings it up. Bounce pass. Dwayne Russell underneath, off the glass, and in. A new career high for Zero the Hero. Dwayne Russell against the 14th ranked Louisville Cardinals.
That was a textbook break after a missed shot.
Snyder, kick back out. King has an open look for 3.
Well, the shots are starting to fall for the Cardinals behind the arc. They were kind of woeful in that first half, just behind the arc, just 2 of 7 shooting. Now they're starting to heat up.
Mitchell back out on Russell. Martin back to Dwayne Russell. Russell driving in, slashes up high off the glass. Why not? I don't even think he looked. Why not? Mitchell is down, and he is in pain. Mitchell is in pain underneath the hoop.
Well, Donovan Mitchell, after this drive, you can see that some. Oh, here's the one by Louisville. This is a nice job right there. A little penetration pitch to the open shooter, and kaboom, knocked down the outside shot. And then I love this one here by Russell. And let's see what happens with Mitchell there.
Oh, he just landed out there.
I don't know if he cramps or if he lands stiff-legged and just jarred something. Well, he's walking off.
That leg's pretty solid. I think it might be a cramp.
Well, he is cramping up.
He's gone toe-to-toe with Dwayne Russell, though. Levitch and McMahon have had their problems, but Mitchell and Snyder have done well against Dwayne Russell to the extent, albeit he's got 34 points.
Yeah, career high 34 points, and he's done it in a variety of different ways. That's the thing that I like about it. His assist numbers have been down the last couple games because he hasn't had his other part of the dynamic duo, Josh Braun. He was only able to go 10 minutes on Monday night against SIU and E, so he's had to pick up his scoring load. And anything Coach Majerle needs him to do, he's been able to provide, which ever since he's put on a GCU uniform.
Definitely moving the ball. Freyer called.
Oscar Freyer, freshman, tried to go up there and block that dunk. He got his 3rd personal foul, but I like the fact that he's coming over off that weak side trying to protect that basket. Put Johnson on the line.
Louisville definitely finding a little gas in the tank, moving the ball around.
Johnson struggles from the line, just a 40% shooter. That one looked like a nice stroke, and it was nearly down, but he ended up squirting back out of there. 6 of 15 before that shot on the season.
Johnson, the leading rebounder, with 60 coming into the game. Approaching 5 to go. The lead is 10 for Louisville. Carr eyed by Snyder. Back out. Martin pulls down. Looks right. Russell. He'll come back out. Spalding motions for Adele to put on Russell. Russell underneath the bucket, underneath the Shaq Carr. 5 on the shot clock. Got to get it off. Frayer with a very long attempt. Oop, whistle called.
Yeah, they got Russell as he tried to pivot to pass that one out to Frayer. The officials are saying he stepped on the sideline, thus the turnover. Now you got to shake that off, even though you're down double figure. You got to figure out a way to get a stop here. And that Louisville defense has a chance to set up. It's very good. Get a stop so you can try to score before they get an opportunity to set that strong defense.
King, long 3, and he drains it.
Oh my goodness, King heating up behind the arc now. Pushes their advantage to 13.
14 now for King. McDonald's All-American. Russell, fadeaway. Oh my goodness, Dwayne Russell having quite an evening.
Yeah, they're taking away that right hand of Russell's, but he's doing a nice job starting right and then snapping back to the left and pulling up over the top of the defense after he has created the space.
GCU 4 for their last 4.
They got to get stops.
Underneath, oh my goodness. Jalen Johnson, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and they're getting dunks, they're getting layups, and they're getting open three-point looks. This is the Louisville Cardinal team. This Louisville Cardinal team had blown leads. They blew a 22-point lead early in the season to Baylor and lost. They lost a 17-point lead before finally winning against Purdue on Wednesday night by 4. But you got to try to stay.
Keontae Vernon! Oh, he's coming up lane 2. That right leg is cramping up.
Yeah, all the players cramping tonight. They're going to need some electrolytes before this one is over. But important basket that time by GCU to try to keep it close. 11-point disadvantage. Got to get a stop here with 3:11 to play.
Underneath. Oh, talk about trying to get a stop. Vernon looks like he's on one leg.
Yeah, they got to get somebody in for Vernon. He can't go. Officials are going to actually get an injury timeout to get him off the floor.
So Clark will come back into the game. Clark in foul trouble himself. Louisville on top, 77-64. Some hot shooting here in the second half. We've got 3 on the clock. Keep it right here.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
Grand Canyon men's basketball is brought to you by your Valley Hyundai dealers. For a limited time, every day is Black Friday. Shop by Hyundai.com today. And by Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, Rick Pitino in good company with the 700 Club. He's in the house tonight here at GCU Arena and among the top basketball coaches when you look at this list. Should the Cardinals pull off the victory tonight, this will be win number 752 for Coach Pitino. He is in his 32nd year of coaching. He's made it to 2 national championships, 7 Final Fours, and is among this impressive list. Coach K leading the way with Duke with 1,049 victories. Bob Huggins, Roy Williams among those on the list.
Definitely an honor to have a program like Louisville in this building in the 4th year of the D1 transition for Grand Canyon University.
I just got passed a note by the SID for Louisville, Kenny Klein, and it told me Donovan Mitchell, we limped off the floor. He had a cramp in his leg. We nailed it on that one.
Turnover by Shaq Carr. Kenny Klein, definitely one of the best in the business.
And Keontae Vernon, I'm looking on the court. He's not on the court. I don't see him over on the bench. I think he was taken to the back with a cramp in his leg as well. I didn't know whether or not Mitchell will return tonight or not. Is he? No, I don't see him on the floor now.
Spalding. King. Adele looked inside, left for Snyder. Snyder up for Dang Adele, and he doesn't drop.
Yeah, look at the page out of GCU's book. That's a play they like to start the game with, the high handoff, and weren't able to connect on it.
Just didn't climb high enough to just put it home. Russell, ooh, had to pull that one back, went off Martin. Caught a break there. Russell, he'll pull back. Looking for three, and he finds it. Oh my, just give him the ball.
I like that. I thought he was just kind of getting tired. It looks like he's cramping out there as well. He's really laboring in some pain, but still managed to measure the distance correctly and knock it down. Which is real tough because you need your legs on those outside shots, but he still got it to go.
I know Patino likes to get up off the bench. He's active, but I don't think he didn't ever anticipate that he would be up chirping to his team as much as he has here in Phoenix, Arizona this evening.
Yeah, he's telling his guys to get out on Russell. He got Mitchell out there, or excuse me, Mathiang out there trying to do the best he can to not let him drive by him, but yet he'll still get a hand in his fade. But Coach Patino even wants him out there further to run him off that three-point shot. He realizes with 1:48 to go, the only way the Lopes are going to get back into this one is with the three-point bomb.
You talked on numerous occasions about the team that's the hunter and the team that's the hunted. You know that every team that Louisville faces is just going to probably try to have the game of their lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals have done a great job all night long, especially their bench. Their bench has been phenomenal tonight. 38 points to the Cardinals bench to just 5 to the Lopes bench. But there's Russell going in there amongst the trees once again, getting that body contact. This man's going for 40 tonight.
Snyder. Is that his 5th for Snyder or his 4th? So Snyder, Mathiang, and Spalding with 4.
He's been looking at his coach tonight, kind of letting Marley know he's cramping up, but he's not too cramped up to go in there and slap that backboard after that miss. He wanted that 40th point to drop, and trying to pull this GCU team an inch closer.
King sits down. Levitch back in for Louisville.
Look at that, 10 free throws made, 10 out of 15. I got 11 out of 16 free throws made. Number of three-point shots, a number of drives, and all the time trying to trap these Louisville Cardinals players.
Adele leaves it for Snyder.
Got to push up, can't let them burn precious ticks off that clock.
And that's what they're trying to do right now. Adele to his right, leaves for Snyder. He comes way out. Eyed by Russell.
Keontae Vernon returning to the Lopes bench.
Looking for Mathiang to give him support. Russell trying to reach around. Careful. Clark underneath. At the buzzer. Pulled down by Clark. Belongs to GCU. Knocked out by Levitch. 1:02 on the clock. King back in for Mathiang. 7 rebounds for Darian Clark.
Look for Martin or Russell or Adu or Frere. They got a lot of shooters on that floor. Anybody's capable of hitting a three-point shot except for Clark right now, but he's good to set a big-bodied screen to open somebody up for a three-point shot.
Russell with a floater in. It's got to be the highest point production since the transition to D1. Dwayne Russell.
Russell came over here and tied him up, and you're going to get the ball back on the possession arrow. Nice job. He's really gutty performance. He's cramping up. He's doing it all. He's coming from behind, trapping King in the corner, that coffin corner there, and gets the ball back. 9 points, 40 seconds. I don't say it's doable, but certainly there's a chance.
First Division I player since the transition to score over 42 points for Dwayne Russell. Oh, that didn't drop.
They almost thought it would.
Yep.
They got it over. I think that's going to be enough. I'll tell you what, though, this GCU team really came out and competed tonight.
Wow, did they ever.
Dwayne Russell put on a show for these fans. 14 of 27 from the field, 11 of 16 from the line for 42 points. Wonderful job.
79-70 the final score. Louisville, and the first man to greet Dwayne Russell with a hug is head coach of the Louisville Cardinals, Rick Pitino. You just have to tip your cap, because that young man right there gave everything he had, and any college coach in America was a player like that representing their university.
Played 40 minutes, scored 42 points. That's very impressive.
A new record attendance here to see the 14th ranked Louisville Cardinals improve to 7-1 on the season. 7,493 in a packed GCU Arena.
That crowd was wonderful, start to finish, and the Lopes gave them something to cheer about. All game long, especially in that first half, this place was absolutely electric throughout the night of the ball game. You're trying to build a program, you're playing against a team that's ranked in the top 25. This is how you do it. Kids at home watching, they want to be a part of this. This is the fun factory. Even though they didn't get the victory, they won something else.
Standing ovation for the GCU Lopes. Dan Marley making sure his team makes their rounds to say thank you to the fans in attendance here at GCU Arena. The student body at GCU, a huge part of the athletic program. As we revisit your Hyundai 3 keys to tonight's game.
Well, the Birdcage, that was really done in the first half extremely well. They stopped the penetration. In the second half, I can count the number of dunks. I need all my fingers and my toes, so that got away from them. But they never splintered. I love that fact. They stayed together. They played together. Dwayne Russell was fantastic, but got big contributions from Keontae Vernon. I know Oscar Frere also playing well. Fifi Adu in that first half, and mission compete. That was the biggest one of all the keys to the game. Was go out there and compete for 40 minutes, and they certainly did that. They can hang their heads high and be proud of the effort that they put forth tonight.
Those are your 3 keys, brought to you by Valley Hyundai dealers. Shop buyhyundai.com today. Dwayne Russell in the losing effort, 42 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, as he played every minute of this basketball game. And Kate Longworth, well, Dwayne has a little bit left in the tank to chat with her.
Thank you, guys. Well, we don't call you Zero the Hero for nothing. I know a win was first and foremost on your mind for you and your teammates tonight when you took the court. But when you step aside, look at this final score, and of course having that 1-point lead at the break, what stands out to you about the performance tonight?
Though we fought tonight, we did a really good job. Coach Marley had a good game plan, just telling us to come out here and play as hard as we possibly could. So, with a leader like him, just follow his lead and just play as hard as you possibly can.
Well, he led you guys onto the court with that attitude, but you certainly led the action on the court. Congratulations, setting a new record for GCU in Division I action with 42 points. What was working for you tonight? Because it seemed like you're firing on all cylinders.
No, my teammates really doing a good job, finding me in good spots. We were running good offense tonight, so and the bigs were so far off on the ball screens that I had some opportunities to score. So good job. Thank you to my teammates really for giving me the ball like that.
And then lastly, they say a crowd can have an effect on the game. Did it play a factor in your game?
Definitely, the Havoc is amazing. They always got an impact on every one of our games.
Congratulations, great effort out there. All right, guys, a moral victory certainly has been accomplished here for the Lopes.
Well, definitely a wake-up call perhaps for Louisville as they continue on. Now 7-1 on the season. The Lopes dropped to 3-4. We'll be back to wrap things up from GCU Arena in Phoenix, Arizona, after the 9-point victory by Louisville over GCU.
Our company's Comfortpedic Inc. We're a local mattress company here. It's a small family business that my dad started. Now we are providing the dorm mattresses to the most recent dorms here at GCU. One of my professors, he was a professor for my junior year, Paul Waterman. He was the one that started everything. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I came up with a short presentation, a very quick business pitch. I presented Dr. Gibb with my company history, and he loved it. So first we started with the hotel mattresses. Brett Courtwhite was very helpful, and everything ran smoothly. From there, we began with the door mattresses. We asked them what exactly they were looking for in a door mattress, and that's when we started to come up with a prototype. We brought in one of the mattresses that GCU currently has. We opened it up. We saw where they needed improvement and what we could do best to maximize a better prototype. And we came up with the mattresses that we have now, and after that everything ran pretty smoothly, thankfully. You can see the community thriving along with GCU, and just the fact that GCU was willing to buy locally from a company that's only 10 minutes away, you can tell that they really want the community to grow with them. I'm very proud to say I'm a Lope, and I tell it to everyone, go to GCU, Lopes up. I'm very, very proud.
Take a look at our final stats here from Phoenix. Grand Canyon losing by 9 to the Louisville Cardinals, coming in 14th ranked in the nation. Field goal percentage pretty tight. 3-pointers pretty tight. Free throw percentage, the assists in favor of Louisville, and look at that bench points, 38-5.
Well, that's when all your guys are banged up, and you got your starter, your bench players starting. That's what you're gonna get. Fifi had all 5 of those, but he had them all in the first half. And I just like the way they competed throughout the game, and they shot 52% in the second half. So it was nothing like they, faded in the second half and didn't do anything. Just Louisville Cardinals just wore them down.
Well, there's obviously 2 different camps here. Louisville has to obviously gather themselves up and continue on. Obviously, a point production wasn't expected from Louisville fans. I'm sure they thought that they'd come in here and blow the doors off of a team that is in their 4th year of transition, but this is a huge, huge moral victory for GCU.
It really is. They led for more than 7 minutes in this basketball game against the Cardinals, and you could see Coach Pitino, which I'm sure he coaches hard in every game, certainly had a little extra something on that sideline. I'm sure that collar was a little tighter than he wanted it to be at times, and they got tremendous performances from all up and down their lineup. They threw 4 guys in double figures in scoring. You mentioned that their bench came in with a huge factor.
That's going to be important as they continue on and in postseason play. Our player of the game for GCU, Dwayne Russell, and I'm sure probably for this game, 42 big points.
And did it in just a number of different ways. I always think they were pressuring him all over the floor. They tried the smaller, quick player on him. That didn't really work. Then they brought length out there on him. That didn't really work. He was able to get by even the long arms of Donovan Mitchell and scored points. He shot over the top of the defense. He went amongst the trees. He got fouled. He got to the line 16 times tonight. He made 11 of those. He took care of the basketball a lot. Only played off ball a little bit when Shaq Carr came in there. Only had 4 turnovers. He got a steal defensively. And like you mentioned, he got 40 minutes. He was cramping as well. You could tell he was laboring at times, but it still didn't stop him from going out there and doing what his team needed him to do. His assist numbers are down in the last 2 ball games. Of course, just 2 assists in this game, but he's doing what Coach Marley needed him to do. Talking to Coach Todd Lee before the game, said, we don't know where our scoring is going to come from. Well, I think they just figured it out. With Josh Braun out, this guy's definitely capable of upping his scoring average.
You look at Dwayne Russell, 42 points in the game, 14 of 27. Free throws, 11 of 16. Career high in points and the highest point total in the now 4-year transition to D1 for Dwayne Russell, the Peoria, Arizona redshirt senior. Well, as you look at the Lopes, certainly something to build upon as they deal with injuries. Their #1 player, the preseason WAC Player of the Year, named Josh Braun. He was out with a knee injury. He'll have that scoped on Tuesday. Hopefully he'll be back for the start of conference play in January. Without Matt Jackson already, Kenzo Nudo hasn't seen any action this season. And Boubacar Touré, their big man, also out with that knee injury and knee surgery. So they've got a very short bench. They need definitely Josh to hopefully come back for conference play. But as you look at Louisville as they roll on, certainly a big wake-up call, and one that I'm sure Pitino is going to use as fuel as they continue to roll on.
Well, this was Louisville's first road game of the season. And I think sometimes even with young players, it took them a while to adjust in that first half. And the purple out here, in the Havoc student section, the band, the cheerleaders, the pep rally gals and girls, they provided a lot of lift. I think Kate asked Dwayne if they gave him a lift, and it said not only him but the whole team. So that was important, and certainly probably rattled those Louisville Cardinal players a little bit. They figured, oh, coming to a little on-campus arena, only seats 7,000, we got this. But this place was electric, it was loud, and it rattled them in the first half, and the Lopes had the lead at halftime. They can always take that and build upon that type of momentum. It serves them well when they have to go face Arizona and San Diego State and some of the other great players, teams that they got. And, the competition in the WAC is not that strong. But this type of game will help prepare them to even go out there and compete against those guys.
Yeah, rivals right there with the Cameron Crazies. And, boy, you cannot say enough about what that means to college basketball and the atmosphere. As you take a look at the top scorers in this game, for GCU, Russell with 42. Then it was a pretty big drop-off. Clark and Vernon with 8. Fifi Adu with 5. Dang Adele led the Cardinals with 15. B.J. King with 14. Ray Spalding also with 14. And Mott Stockman came in off the bench and hit 10. And he was big when he came in off, obviously 7 foot, so he's big anyway. But he came in and he was pretty solid at the free throw line as well for Louisville.
Yeah, he came in. He was 3 for 3. He's got a nice touch around the basket. Like a lot of the younger players, though, he kind of faded in the second half. But the other guys, King certainly picked up his game. Adele picked up his game in the second half. And Coach Pitino's loaded. I went to North Carolina, and this is one team that Carolina's going to have to face. So a little worried how that close contest might go. It's certainly a game I'll be turning in to watch, but I'm really happy for Coach Marley, the staff and the players, everything that they've built here at GCU. Well represented here tonight.
Well, we try to talk a little bit further. We hope to carry the post-game press conferences for head coach Rick Pitino, his 752nd victory. It's amazing to say those staggering numbers, and also the head coach of GCU, Dan Marley. But, boy, what can you say about a program led by the likes of Coach Pitino and Coach Marley, coming over, of course, from his assistant position with the Phoenix Suns after an illustrious NBA career, trying to obviously build a program that would be envied by the likes of one Coach Pitino and others in college basketball. So if you look at the history, 103 years of D1 basketball with this young program with GCU, comes in just their 4th season, 3 national championships, 41 NCAA tournament appearances, 21 Sweet 16s, 14 Elite 8s, and 10 Final Four appearances. 20 or more wins in the last 14 seasons. I mean, that really, the other numbers are staggering, but the consistency of hitting the 20-win plateau for 14 years, that is remarkable.
Yeah, there's some programs.
Says a lot about your recruiting, the quality of the athlete that you're recruiting.
And coaching, and not only getting athletes type talent, but getting top talent to play together on a nightly basis. That's the biggest thing, how you can get these guys from all over the country, heck, all over the world nowadays. They're recruiting players to come in here and not play for themselves, but to play for the betterment of the team to win basketball games. And that's one thing that Coach Pitino's very good at.
Well, they say defense wins championships, so Louisville playing a shutdown D. They are deep. Let's head it into the post-game press conference. Coach Pitino.
43 years, whatever number it is, and 2 things. That was the best guard performance I've seen against one of my teams since I've been coaching 40-something years. And we put everybody on him. We trapped them, taller people. He did it from mid-range, inside, passing, free throws, and threes. That was awesome performance. Second thing I want to say, this in college basketball in my 40-plus years was the toughest crowd I've ever faced. Awesome. I don't know a whole lot about Grand Canyon except for us doing Dan a favor coming out here. And I probably would have lost my job if I lost by doing people favors. But you got something special here, really special. I think when you have this type of enthusiasm, it made us a much better team tonight, much better. We couldn't, whether we go to Duke, Kentucky, and nothing was as tough as that environment tonight. They orchestrated on a timeout with music and the band, so you can't hear one word in your timeout. They have more students that come to one of our games, and we get 22,000. So I'm just extremely grateful we won, but just really, really impressed with what you have here. You're going to, as soon as you get eligible for this tournament, you're going to have something really, really special. The fans are special. The whole setup is special. The only thing you have to do is get bigger locker rooms. You have high school locker rooms, but outside of that, it's awesome.
What's it say about Dan Marley when you see a performance from his team tonight, like tonight?
Dan's You know, we all know Dan was a great player, but he also runs great offensive sets. You can't have a better coach for a point guard because Dan knows how to get him shots and knows what to do, knows how to roll and lift. Everything he does is terrific. I'm always happy to see pro guys go into college coaching because he's going to build something really, really that this whole town's going to be excited about. How many students you have living on campus here? How many? 12 to 15,000. Oh, awesome. That was incredible. But anyway, we don't usually come out even 2-for-1s. We've done it once before. And I just have so much respect for Dan that I did it. And I'm glad I did it because we got more out of this game than any game we've played this season because we had to be tough to win this game.
What was it, Rick, in that run you pulled away from that?
We just executed offensively great. You know, we ran some plays on rolls that we felt we could disguise because of the way they were playing it, and we made great passes. You know, we shot almost 55% in the second half. Our passing was great. In the first half, it wasn't as good, but the second half, we really did a fabulous job. And we had our best guard out, Donovan Mitchell, our best centers out, Anas Mahmoud. We got a tremendous lift from Matt Stockman. I never thought I'd see today, and you don't know him very well, the big Norwegian, where I would call timeouts and run plays for him. I never thought in my coaching career that would happen. And it did, and he executed it beautifully. And VJ King gave us a big lift. David Levitch gave us a big lift in his minutes.
What's up with Donovan? Was he cramping? Or?
He cramped, and then he sprained his ankle on a missed defensive play.
What do you think a game like this will do?
He didn't get it.
What do you think this will do for VJ and Dang?
For Mats, VJ, David, you know, we had to win it with those guys tonight. You know, I don't. Well, you recognize it. You've traveled with us a lot. How tough that environment was, and it had to come from guys that hardly played tonight to get this victory.
What can you say about the relationship and the rapport you've established now with GCU as you guys continue this home and away and home?
You know, believe it or not, no coach likes to go on the road. Everybody likes those guarantee games. But I have so much respect for Dan. You know, that we'll do it again sometime. You know, between Jerry, Colangelo, and Dan, you know, it was great for us too. Now, if you lose, it's not great. But for us to overcome this crowd, overcome the best guard performance I've seen in the last 10 years. It's been a long time that I've seen a guard performance like that against our defense. So it was very, very impressive.
Coach Pitino's post-game comments, and boy, did he have some nice things to say about Grand Canyon University and one Dwayne Russell. Well, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire. GCU hosting 5-1 San Diego State this Wednesday night right here at GCU Arena. You can bet the Aztecs will be up for this one after losing to the Lopes last year in San Diego. They're off to a good start again this year. Just a road loss to number 3 Gonzaga. If you can't get tickets to this one, be sure to tune into CW6 starting with the Lopes pregame show hosted by Kate Longworth at 6:30. You can also watch the game online at GCU TV or listen to Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper on Fox Sports 9, 10 a.m. The Dan Marley Show is coming up next. That'll do it from GCU Arena, where Louisville beats GCU 79-70. For Scott Williams, Kate Longworth, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Butel. Please join us again Wednesday when the Lopes take on the Aztecs. Until then, have a wonderful evening.